Hello everyone, I'm Rose, and welcome back to Myths Guided, a show where me and my fraternity brothers explore the world of Bar Save. So please join us on some Myths Guided adventures.
Yay!
Yay! Alright. That's where you go, yay. We practiced.
We've been practicing, I promise.
Yeah, we have.
Our jubilations.
You're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
So, I guess as we do, let's go around and introduce ourselves as per usual.
Okay. I'm I'm Corey. I play Taman Ashfield, the Dwarven Beastmaster.
And I'm Julia. I play Jackanal, the Scraying Nethermancer.
I'm Bane. I play Triskin Lothspell, the Elven Warrior.
I'm Sneezy, or Forrest, and I play Frill Songsmith, the Human Troubadour.
And I'm Nissa, and I play Scott Simmons. Oh no, a male human engineer. He's gone native.
How funny would it be if we just played a session like that? It was like our characters
Just
playing
playing
our
ourselves.
regular games.
We could.
Yeah.
Let's just make a vlogging channel. Except we go about real life playing as our D&D character, or Earthdawn characters. Alright, so to pick up where we last left off, the party ended their time in Duranus, coming back to Throal, where they met with General Galder once more, who rewarded them for their knowledge gained from their trip to Duranus, as well as helping to fix the city. Whether or not that actually happened is questionable, but
Super fixed.
they're doing good now. And he sent them off on training for a week with, respective adepts in their classes. But it's now, unless anyone wanted to do something additional throughout the week that they might have time for, it's the end of the week, and everyone has managed to level up or circle up to Circle 3, and yeah, is there anything else? I guess if there's nothing specific you all want to do during this time.
There's one specific thing I wanted to try or to look into, and that was figure out what this pearl and silver charm that I recovered from the painting.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you have item history or anything?
Nope.
What?
But there is the Great Library of Throal that I might be able to do some research in.
All right, sure. What type of?
There's a research check.
Yeah, research. Oh, do that then.
Okay.
Perfect. I just saw that. Default skill table. Yeah, roll a research check.
Nice.
You were a busy man this week.
7.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty common, so I'll say it wasn't that difficult to find out. Let me find exactly what it was called. I wrote it on my phone.
Oh, good.
Alright. You find that the item, of course I didn't write the exact name. I want to say it was Desperate Blow. You found a blood charm, is what you found.
Okay.
And if I can find the blood charm table, I can tell you what it does. No, I had it up at one point, but don't anymore. But I think it was something to do... Oh, Desperate Blow. I think that's what I said.
Okay.
It causes 4 permanent damage points. It is invoked as a combat option to grant a 6-step bonus to an attack test or damage test at its wearer's discretion. This causes the charm to fall off. It can be reattached, but first the wearer must recover 4 points of damage in 1 recovery test. Can also be available as a tattoo, but you can't heal permanent damage of a Desperate Blow tattoo. So yeah, that's what you learn.
Okay.
It's fairly common. So you found it at in like the painting where Theron had been like sacrificing slaves and performing blood magic. So it was likely created in one of those sacrifices, unfortunately. But yeah, so you can use that, I guess, in combat at any time if you have 6 points to.
Well, I have to attune the charm and take the damage now.
What's up?
You take the damage first.
Oh, the 4 damage.
Yeah, it's four permanent wounds, or 4 permanent damage.
4 permanent damage points.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it can be used at any time in combat. Well, I guess if you don't like attach it, then you won't take the damage until you like attach it, right? Isn't that how blood charms work? By
you take
like
the damage when you
to your body.
You take the damage when you put them on you, but you can't use them until you do that either. So
yeah, are you choosing to put it on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Well, that was 4 permanent damage points then.
All right.
All right. Anything else?
I'm gonna buy 20 daggers.
All right. I said that was 8 copper.
Yeah.
Copper pieces.
Yeah.
You want to buy 20?
Yeah, so that's 16 silver.
All right. Yeah.
And I need someone to help me figure out the stats for throwing a dagger.
It's gonna take you multiple times to get all of these daggers. You're depleting the warehouses of their daggers.
This isn't Skyrim.
Yeah.
Where everyone's just
We got
got a million
Bartertown right
iron
outside.
daggers.
I'm sure we can find daggers.
Like, these are handmade craftsman items.
Yeah.
You think you just got one like at Costco or some shit?
These are
Yes.
finely crafted dwarven daggers.
I'm looking for the cheap
From
stuff.
Wars
Just
of
chuck
War.
it.
Oh,
Should
you
be
should go
fine.
out and look in Bartertown then. You'll probably find some elven daggers out there.
What is it? Are they the same price?
So. Oof, that no speaking. So dagger, throwing weapon, damage step of 2. Is this what you need to know? Damage
Yes.
step of 2.
What is damage step of 2? And what's the attack step?
Isn't that just you have to have like a throwing weapon?
I do have a throwing weapons talent.
Yeah, they attack
So
they
it's
attack
your
you with
skill.
throwing weapons skill.
Yeah.
So I never figured out what that is. I guess
So you
it's
roll
strength.
that.
What's your
Okay,
dex
so-
step?
Oh, it's dex step? Okay.
Yeah, dex step plus your ranks in throwing weapons.
So that would be... Yeah, so 8. So it'd be 8.
And then your damage step is going to be 2 plus your strength step.
2 plus strength, so that would be 6. Alright.
So your range is 5.
5 yards, probably.
Yeah, it just says 5. Your short range is 5, medium is 10, and long is 15. So medium gives you a 2-step penalty, and long gives you a 3-step penalty to attack and damage.
So,
It's
the
better to do
short
it
range is 5 feet or 5 yards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that 1 hex? Is 5 yards 1 hex? Or
2 yards is the hex.
2 yards is that? So it's
This is like
okay.
2.5.
Okay.
So you have to be like pretty close. Like,
I mean, it's something I can do at range while also distracting, so that's
yeah.
Alright.
Let's get a hawk hatchet. Oh, or a windling spear is. Wait, no, that's only 15. Yeah, and hawk hatchet is the longest at 25 in short range. That's pretty cool. Just hatchet flying through the air. Oh, all right. I like weapons. Wait, that sounds really questionable. Okay.
That's why I played a character without weapons.
Just like making animals attack each other? Okay. Sounds more questionable to me.
It's Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm sure you played Pokemon before. It's no worries.
Oof. Called out. Alright.
I'm just trying to be the very best.
No one ever was. Alright. So, anyone else?
Yes. Missif also got a magical item. The Quiet Finger Gloves.
That's right, you did get
Is
them.
it... So wait, instead of fingerless gloves, is it the gloves but with only the fingers?
So it's like only here on every... Yeah.
Gloveless fingers.
Gloveless fingers.
You could cut off the rest of the glove and it'll
Will
work
it
like
still
that.
be magical?
Yeah.
Then yes, that's what Missa is doing.
Nice.
But he is going to use his item history.
Wait, does that mean that
Well, how
that
how
someone
does-
can wear the fingerless glove and it still be magic? I feel like that's not.
That's a great question.
I guess it's something worth trying. All right. What did you want to do?
So Missa is going to use his item history to try to discern what these things do.
Okay. Did you say things or things?
That doesn't matter.
Okay. I just wanted to know personally. All right. Sure. Make a check.
All right. Looks like we got a 12 on item history.
All right. They make your fingers quiet.
Ooh, nice.
Let me see if I can find out exactly what it said. I'm pretty sure the description wasn't really that distinct. If you use your hands to pick a lock or pocket while wearing these gloves, the difficulty number for others to spot you doing so is increased by 1.
Nice.
So, I mean, I was gonna let it be a little more lenient than that. I was just gonna say I was gonna personally choose people to notice you less if you try and do stuff with them on.
That sounds like good DMing.
Yep. I was like, this is really strict, so I'm gonna do what I want. So just it's just gonna make pickpocketing or lock picking, I guess, less noticeable.
So quiet finger gloves are what's known as like a minor magical item. They have some minor effect, so it's not like a magical item where you can weave threads to it.
Gotcha.
Yeet. Right.
Triskin is going to spend all of his downtime meditating with the sword on his lap.
Okay.
And trying to talk to it. I promise the sword is magical. And
I
while
thought you
he's-
weren't talking.
Well, he's
Talking with his mind.
he's really honed in on the sword, and
Okay.
he's also. Can you add Karma to half magic?
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, so he's going to spend a Karma point and try to learn if this is an ancient weapon using his half magic. And try to learn more about it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So he got a 13 on that.
Alright. Well, I don't know exactly what ancient means. Well, I do know what it means, but I'm gonna say because it was originally created by a passion who knows how long ago. I mean, probably pretty recently, but passions are ancient, therefore I'll say the sword is ancient and give you knowledge. Okay.
I guess specifically he's trying to figure out what he needs to do to weave
Yeah.
threads into it.
That's exactly. Okay, so I'm going to give you your first key knowledge. So I know I told you that I was going to have you had one thread weave to it, then I decided no. So now you have no threads weaved to it. You learned your first key knowledge. What is it called?
The name of the weapon?
Yeah, so it's the name of the weapon is what you need to learn. So basically you learn the question you have to answer, and then to learn the answer to the question you just have to exist in the game and try and learn stuff about it through role playing and stuff. And then so you have to learn the name of the weapon as your first key knowledge. And you also are learn that you don't have to perform any deeds to thread weave to this sword, as well as you have there are 5 threads can be woven to it, 1 per person, as per usual, and they can be increased to rank 5, so 5 and 5. So yeah, that's all you learn. So you have to learn the name of the sword in order to be able to thread weave to it, which also costs legend. So I had a name for the sword in mind, but I don't really want to name it personally as the DM. I kind of want, I'd rather it be organically named in the group. So I'm going to say that you don't really have to learn the item's name. You just all need to come up with a name for it. And then once that happens, you can weave a thread to it. At least like a first level thread.
Okay.
So, and then you can try and get the second key knowledge out of 5. Alright.
I'd like to do one more thing.
Okay.
I just realized. So I have these 2 gargoyle horns from a while ago.
Yeah.
And I'd like to try and go to a craftsman or something to make it like a hairband out of them.
Okay.
Can we discuss how these were 20 pounds each?
Yeah.
So if that fails, if that proves to be physically impossible, then I would like to try and get like a cast of them or something.
Okay.
That's light.
You might be able to find someone to bolt them to your skull.
Oh my god. No.
Maybe like a troll smith or something?
No, that's... Look, disguises come off for a reason.
This isn't
So-
you don't want this as a permanent kind of.
Yeah, props come off for a reason.
What's that?
I feel like maybe someone could hollow them out, and then maybe they would be light enough to not give you, well, probably give you a headache every time you wear them, but also still allow you to wear them.
Oh, I got this one. It's like you set up a headband underneath your wig, and then you've got screws, and then you screw it down to your cosplay tips.
Would
Oh
we-
my god!
Would we be able to collect the rare earth that gets hollowed out from it?
It would probably be more expensive.
No.
But could I trade the rare earth for this hollowing out process?
That actually sounds reasonable.
Yeah,
Done.
I mean, it might still cost something on top of that.
I mean, they're worth 210 silver each.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So I'll say you find a merchant who's willing to hollow these horns out for you,
yes.
right?
Does rare earth dust valuable at all?
It's probably useful for minting rare earth coins.
Yeah. Who knows? I'll say yeah, it probably can be useful for something.
Forrest, make a haggle check.
Earth.
I don't have haggle.
It's a defaultable skill and you can spend karma on it.
I'll say this math is hard.
Not this hard. It's a good shot.
I'll half that since you're gonna give him the earth inside. He's gonna ask for 170 silver.
Silver?
Mm,
I want to haggle check this.
okay.
Alright, that's what? Charisma?
Mm.
And I can't add a karma to this.
He's gonna tell you. I mean, you know, true earth is valuable, but when it's, you know, gonna be as powdery as it is when it's gonna be hard to collect it. It's gonna be hard to get much out of it at all. It's hard to work with, so it's not really worth too much.
Don't I get, like, the ability to spend karma on skills at Circle 3?
You can spend karma on any interaction test.
Interaction test, that's it. So this is an interaction test.
Basically.
Taggle is step 7 plus a d6. Ooh, boom. 14 plus 24. Now, come on. This is some good
Shit.
yeah, some good shit. Like, you're ripping me off. I could sell these to you for way more. Like, come on, man. With that price, I might as well just walk out of the shop and go somewhere else.
All right. What are you willing to offer? How much silver? Be reasonable.
Flat trade. You're getting all of the rare earth. I just want the hollowed out, like, outside. I don't really care.
Sir, it's very difficult to collect the true earth when it's, being scraped away like this as powder.
It's also difficult to kill a gargoyle. I'd say even more so. I've done all the hard work.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not there.
Somewhere Taman's just like, oh. Sounds like somebody's taking credit for other people's work.
1 gargoyle horn I get to keep, and 1 I'll haul out for you.
Ooh.
That's a worse deal.
No deal.
You can always get them cast.
I'll give you the cast though.
No,
What?
you can get them cast.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can.
Wait,
Yeah.
that was my backup plan. Yeah. Can this merchant do that, or should I go to a different merchant to get them cast?
Sure, he can do it for you. 10 silver, I don't know. How much does casting something? That's probably expensive.
You make
10
them
silver.
10 silver to get them cast?
Mm-hmm. You have to be very delicate when you're dealing with objects like these, such fine stone objects that are hard to damage.
Fine.
Alright.
So, what are these made of? Silver, I assume? Cast in silver?
Do you want it cast in silver?
I was presuming they'd cast it in plastic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Plaster or
Plaster too.
Do they even have plastic?
Plaster.
Plaster, yeah. Plaster.
Which is like a
Limestone.
very
Limestone.
Yeah.
something very light.
We'll even paint them for you. If you like them painted a certain way.
You should leave them unpainted and find that spirit to have him paint them. The one from the painting.
Yes.
Oh,
Done.
that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
good idea. Yeah. I'd say plaster is like what, gray normally?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Gray,
done.
white.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just gonna have some.
Okay, unpainted. He'll do it for 8.
Done.
All right.
So
Bargain.
So since I see kind of everyone else going around shopping, do you want to do something?
Yeah, I mean, you can go first. I didn't really have anything particular.
There's
skipping me.
There is one thing that I was suggesting that perhaps we should get as a team before we head out back down the Coiled River.
That's therapy, kids.
In addition to that, I was actually thinking perhaps a last chance salve, something that we can use to bring one of us back from the brink of death.
Oof.
Should the worst happen to one of us.
How much do those cost?
600 silver.
So that
Small
would be,
price to pay to not die.
Everyone would have to contribute 120 silver.
Correct.
Ooh, I'm a little broke right now.
Doesn't everyone have gold?
What's that?
I guess gold is only 10 silver, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all got a bunch of gold though.
I didn't. I wasn't there.
Oh, that's right.
I was,
But you got the horn, so.
yeah, but then I didn't get any money from them.
How about
You still
this?
have the horn.
I'll pay Frill's share, and I'll also get his share of the potion. So if Frill dies, I'll drink the potion.
I mean, if y'all want to spend your money,
Oof.
I really like that.
I did not
You just
know.
watch him die. It's like,
I did not know how much use that would be.
can I
If
take
you're
a
willing-
loan?
If you're willing to pay Frill's share, then
I'll pay my share, but I might need to take a loan in the future, in the near future.
so what do you mean by brink of death? Like, cause last time he was pretty close, and
last chance salve when someone takes so much damage that they would. Last chance salve when someone actually reaches their death value and dies. It gives them a recovery test, and if their recovery test brings them back up to not dead, they don't die.
Okay,
I love being not dead.
but don't they have a certain number of recovery tests? It just gives them an extra one.
No, it lets them use one immediately upon death.
Okay.
So you have died. You anoint them with Neosporin, basically. They spend a recovery test, and if their recovery test gets them back up to not dead, they are not dead.
Okay, but
They could still die.
Normally, like when you die, isn't that what is the system that you do?
Normally, when you die, you're dead.
Death?
Yeah.
If you get up to your death rating, you're dead.
You're dead.
There's no like rolling to see.
You're dead.
There's no cell.
No death saving throws.
So how long do you
You're
have
dead.
for the
I
last
didn't know
chance
that.
cell before it's not
I think 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. It's okay.
So it's something we need to have on us.
Yeah,
Hopefully you would get knocked unconscious first, and then you would sort of be out of danger unless there's other
Something to
extenuating
keep
factors.
attacking you.
Right. Like most things won't continue attacking something that falls because there are other more important dangers nearby.
Yeah.
Like the rest of your party. So, but anyway, yeah.
Alright. How much do you say each one of us would have to donate?
120 silver.
I can afford that.
All right, I'll pitch in, but I might need to take a loan. Down to 37 silver.
How much of my silver does this?
I will loan you the 120 silver if you promise to pay back 150.
No, I can cover.
Money.
I'm just real broke right now.
It happens. Shouldn't have bought that ink.
Shouldn't have bought those 20 daggers.
How much was the ink again? Wasn't it like 20 silver?
Or some nonsense.
Ink's expensive.
Yeah.
No, but I got it from the king or whatever, the mayor of the town.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Eric.
Who would we like to carry the last chance cell? Would we like it to Mischief to carry it since he is the most mobile, or perhaps me to carry it since I'm the least likely to go unconscious?
I think maybe I should carry it because I'm the least likely to be in danger if we think of a
Really?
standard fight.
Triskin mimics running away.
Yeah,
Look.
not a great record there.
You know,
I'm the one
as
left.
a DM, if someone dies who's carrying it, you can just pull it out of their pocket.
Yeah, but if we're in a situation where one of us dies and he's still running,
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I was saying, like, you know, if Missive carried, I don't want to like
Maybe this
get your
will-
decision going. But
maybe this will teach the party. Maybe this will help the party take good fights and not bad fights.
Okay. I vote in favor of Taman, just thinking that if Missive gets knocked out or something and you're pointing, okay, I think that's a vote for Taman also. If we can't access Missive, then I'd rather have the person who's least
Very
likely
well.
to get knocked out, so.
I don't think there's a role I can make.
Oh, it's persuade.
I mean, maybe. Diplomacy?
you want to convince them to have you carry it?
Yes, I want to make a diplomacy roll to.
Okay.
Alright, use a karma for this. And that's D12 plus D6. Like everything.
What's it again?
so your
It's 3d6.
diplomacy
Well, I never get to
difficulty
make my
goes up by
shopping
that.
trip.
So it's the highest social defense of the group, +1 for each member, right?
No, against the negotiating target social defense. So I guess the negotiating target would be
It'd be
you.
the highest of us to convince the group.
Yeah, so what's the highest social defense minus me?
I have a 9.
8.
You have an 8 and Jackal?
Its
Social defense.
highest social defense is 8.
It is a
Alright,
9 then.
9, yeah, alright. Let's see. Karma added. Let's go, go, go. That did not go well. We got Yahtzee of 2s.
Rip.
8. Or that was a 6.
That's a
6.
6. I don't convince anyone.
Looks like it's gonna be
Less likely to get hit, less likely to
carrying
break, huh?
it. Hey.
No.
I don't-
Anyway,
I don't think that's how salves work, bud.
the
Yeah.
salves are in glass jars. If it breaks,
That'd be
Anyway,
sad
anyway.
if it broke and got busted.
Yeah,
600
Ouch.
silver, huh?
I do not think that it is a good idea for you to carry it at this time.
Ouch.
Saying something?
Yes, I'm saying that it is not a good idea for you to carry this. I will keep it upon my person, and should you fall in battle, rest assured, I will do my best to make sure you do not die.
Okay.
Could you honestly say the same about us?
Yes.
Also, if Frill falls in battle, how's Frill gonna give Frill the same salve?
Frill, the obvious answer is that Frill will not fall in battle. For I only
You seem to be very confident in your newly found blade skills.
newly found blade skills. Nothing. It's not the newly found blade skills. I just have confidence in my ability to know when fighting is not the best option. There are other ways to
Yeah, so far
resolve a
that's been
battle.
your conclusion in pretty much every battle, huh?
Can you actually repeat that? I didn't.
Oh, sorry. I said so far that's been your conclusion in pretty much every battle.
I fought well
Did
against
out
the
early.
jubs and the lobster things.
Okay,
we
yeah,
fought.
those are animals. We're still okay. That's fine.
Alright.
Don't worry. I'm sure that eventually, as we stay in the good graces of the King of Throal, we will make plenty of money that we'll each be able to carry one of these. This
Fair.
is just a temporary arrangement.
Fair enough.
Can I just say what I've been doing like the past week or so? I'm just gonna get through it quick. I've just been like practicing spells, getting back to my research because I had to take a break from that to do all the questing. I still have that bottle of blood from the first horror we ever ran into, and I'd like to do some research on that probably.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you also have one book from
Yes.
Mariel's house
I'd
on
like to.
like horrors, constructs, and like history.
I'd like to read that as well.
And then Missive has like many books on
I'm trying
stuff.
to remember.
I know you rolled really well, so I just put down that you had like many books on stuff related to general history. And I remember, I think I told you there weren't that many books specifically on like slave trading, but there is a lot on Theran history and slavery like around the world, which can like answer some of those questions. So basically what I was gonna have you do was, since you have so many books, if you wanted knowledge on maybe one specific thing, you could do a research check and try and find it. Like, so like as if instead of reading like 6 books, you can try and find that like information from a specific book
Okay.
by like skimming or like chapters and stuff, which wouldn't be like too hard. I'd probably just tell you what you want to know.
Right.
But yeah, so instead of me deciding like everything you learn from all like these books, you can just ask me if there's something in specific.
You told me you were gonna elaborate on what my book was, so it's like,
It was the same kind of thing. If there was something specific you wanted to gain from the book, you could ask it at any time, and I would like tell you, rather than like just telling you flat out, because there's a lot to know about horrors and stuff, and like Scourge history. So yeah, if it like becomes just assume you gained that knowledge, and then if you need to like utilize that knowledge at some point in any part of the game, then you can ask me and I'll give you what you learned.
Sure. Taman had a good suggestion. Once I'm done, I've taken notes on the whole book. I'd like to offer the book to the Throal Library and ask that it kind of go towards like a membership for me.
Okay.
Is that...
I mean, I'd say as mercenaries of Thrall, you probably have a membership.
Okay,
like
sure.
Everyone probably has a membership, since they want you to be educated.
Okay, cool.
Mercenaries. But yeah, I guess if you still want to donate it, we can figure out some perks to that or something.
Sure. Donate.
If there's anything specific you need from the library.
All right. That's pretty much it for me. I'm keeping it quick.
Okay. Cool.
One other thing to note, when you guys see Taman after kind of the week of training, he very clearly has
Bigger muscles.
no, he does not have bigger muscles.
Ripped.
Well, he is ripped, but ripped. He has basically claw wounds on him.
Mm. He also seems very tired and like strewn about, like messy hair and whatnot, I guess.
Well, yes, we should have seen the other guy.
Oof.
The training that the adept that I was that I had tutelage under is very rigorous.
All right. I'm not going to question that further.
Yeah, so at the end of this week, you all are, I guess now you're meeting up with each other again is where this conversation's happening. You're all brought together on the last day of training. Like each individual, adept you trained with brings you to like this area in the back corner of Thraul where where you've been around for training and stuff. I guess it's kind of like a sort of training grounds for soldiers and whatnot. And they bring you back there and take you into just a random house where they like sit you all down and tell you and they explain kind of as a group, shuffling between teacher and teacher. They explain that on your last day of training, like you've trained your bodies so far, but now it's like important to train your mind and to test your limits as a group. First of all, they explain it's important to have a vision of yourself and how you can contribute to the group and what you wish to get out of everything. It would be naive to believe that you could handle everything as an individual in every situation that's thrown at you. There's only so much you can handle, and in the end, you can only do what you're capable of, and the group will pick up where you cannot. So together, anything can be accomplished, but you must be able to relinquish some responsibility when it's something that you can't handle and be able to trust your partners to pick up where you left off. So the first part of that is being on your own. So knowing what you can handle so that you can know what you can't. So the first thing I have for you all to do today, I want you to spend time alone. Learning to be alone with yourself will teach you how to be with the group. You must, without anyone else in the group's influence or contact, find an item that you believe represents you and what you bring to the group. This can be found in the Thraul marketplace. You can head out of Thraul to Bartertown, or even out further into the woods, into the nature. Whatever you think could be a symbolic representation of you, which requires you to understand who you are and what you bring to the group. So do some soul searching and find an item that you believe could fulfill this task. Are there any questions? Oh my god, I'm sorry,
What?
Has anyone seen David S. Pumpkins, the SNL skit? No? Okay, I'm gonna show all of you after that.
Is that someone lecturing a mute person?
No.
He just looked at,
in the end of it, he just goes, "Any questions?" And that's like his catchphrase. So when I just said that, I just said it like him. I'm sorry. I just made myself laugh. I don't like SNL really. I don't think it's that funny, but that skit's high quality. Okay, anyways, back to what we were saying. Are there any questions? No.
How long do we have to perform these tasks?
Be back here by the end of the day, I guess, by sundown. Before is better. Alright? As the DM, I don't plan on this taking very long, so
Okay.
it was just gonna be like a short bit with every person, trying to. It's not like I already have something planned out for you, and you need to go discover it. It's like no, literally whatever you want. So it can take as long as you want.
Tristan's gonna stay seated and pull out his parrying dagger and put it on the table and be like,
Really? So,
you're the specific person you were training with was like, listen, dude, I know you're not speaking, but thought you put a little more thought into this.
Yeah, damn.
does anyone?
Hey, if I know I can take a
after
vow
he
of
says
silence,
that, Tristan's
yeah.
just gonna like gesture towards the thing, and then he's gonna like, yeah, sorry, Jack and all, and be like,
if I'd known I could take a fucking vow of silence to get out of this group talk, I would have done it already.
It is still not too late. You can take a vow at
Oh,
any
but I
time.
still have so many clever comments to make. It's a tough decision. It's really hard.
How can you be witty if you're silent?
Yeah, how can I mouth off if like,
Does anyone
Try
still
to
have
get us to
the bloody dagger from like episode 1?
You do.
I do.
You had it.
Yes.
The bloody dagger?
Misif is gonna go fly off into the direction of the stables.
The
Okay.
dagger of the guy who got
fucking go.
driven insane by the first war.
Oh, was it bloody? Oh, yeah.
There was some
yeah.
blood on it, yeah, because
Yeah.
it stabbed the dude.
Yeah, you did stab a dude.
sorry.
Ooh. I'm sorry, I like, when you said just flying off into the distance, I like imagine you guys are like in a house right now, and I just like imagine you just like flying up into the ceiling, falling down and going through the door. I don't know.
That sounds like something.
I'm glad I have a good vision.
Oh, yes.
So you're going towards the stables. Your trainer is gonna be like, how does this represent you? Because you like to stab people.
Tristan's going to
You can write.
like stand on the
Okay.
bench that he's on and pick up the parrying dagger and like assume like a defensive stance basically, and like I don't know, he's gonna like mime protecting someone.
This is interpretive dance, I believe.
And then like after like a minute or so of doing that, he's gonna like run at his trainer in a like stabby way.
The trainer's gonna like grab
But,
your
like-
wrist out of the way and be like, I get it. Push you back. Sit in the corner and be quiet or something.
And then he's
My
gonna put
God.
the dagger back on the table and
Alright.
that display.
Oof. Just imagine this man who spent like 2 weeks with you at this point being very disappointed. Not very, just slightly. More so at the display that you just did. Alright. Anyone else? What are you guys doing?
I have my object.
Okay. I guess we can, while you guys decide, so you're going to the stables. You make it there safely.
Oh, good.
You're in Thrall. Not much danger in the city. What are your plans to do at the stable?
Misif gets to the stable and he finds his goat.
Okay.
And he and
No idea where this is going.
he takes off his little outfit and he starts ripping seams out. That's we'll come back to this in a moment.
Okay, yeah. If someone needs more time to think, we can always like skip between people. So, do you guys have what you want to do?
I have mine in mind.
Okay.
I have mine in mind also.
Alright.
Yeah.
Who wants to
Go
go?
for it.
You want to go first?
Sure. Yeah, I'll leave the house, and first I kind of go through the markets, and I'm scanning, and I'm looking for stuff, and I don't really see anything. I'm a little disappointed
Yeah.
with the wares.
Nothing catches
So
your eye.
yeah, nothing really catches my eye.
Let's see.
I'm not sure if you said object, right? Like it can be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I take a turn and I head into some nearby woods.
Okay.
And I kind of hike around for a little bit, and I find under in like not quite a cavern, but like sort of by a cave, there's a patch of some neat looking fungi, little little mushrooms spoilating. And I just kind of dig them out, and I hold them in my hands, and I head back to the house.
Are you saying that you're a literal piece of fungus?
No, I thought it's just
He's such a fun guy.
Oh, he's a fun
that's
guy.
what the definition was.
So, I say...
Oh, I thought this was better than just like throwing some
No.
shit I had in my inventory.
I like it.
trying to make something up for it.
I
but-
just think it needs to be a slightly more permanent object.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what was the purpose.
It needs
of
to be like a
this.
symbol you carry through, like with you throughout your
Oh.
journeys. So
Never mind
it's okay.
then.
I got a
I'll-
plan for you.
I'll think of something else.
So
This is way different than what Missif was expecting.
yeah,
okay.
I
Well, it
thought
gives
it
you
was,
time to figure it out.
I thought it was just kind of like an exercise.
It's not, no, it's well, it is, but it needs to be a constant reminder that you carry with you of what you contribute. So having something temporary is a good representation for now. But if it's not something that I guess can last, then like sometimes your mind will forget, but you'll always have that representation with you to remember what
Okay.
your use is
I'm
to the
still
group.
kind of dumb now.
No, I didn't explain it. It's okay. No worries. I'm working through this with you. I'm surprisingly really good at making things up on the fly. It's because you put me through so much. So I'm gonna say, you walk out into these woods, unsure still of what you're gonna get. You didn't see anything in the marketplace that you felt represented you. You're kind of an oddball, the normal items are kind of, wouldn't portray you well. So you're just wandering around, and you are looking for like fungus or something.
Yeah,
Like that's like your original
Something
thing.
in
You're like,
nature.
that's like, your first thing you're like coming to mind. So you're walking out of Throal a bit, you come across a small stream. You're looking for a cavern where you would maybe find mushrooms or something growing, grow in damp, dark places. So you follow this small stream and you find like a little cavern off to the side, just a small one, and you go up to it, I guess, to look for something that would represent you. So roll an awareness check.
Sure. So I should be... That's 5.
Good enough. All right.
Curious now.
Yeah, so you kind of notice that as you're following the stream for a bit, walking up to this cavern, that the stream is like a little odd. For some reason, like there are like a couple like big black stones, like solid black, that just have like tiny sparkling like little flecks in it. Almost as if like a diamond in the rough type thing, but still like so dark it's like a void of happiness. a black hole of sun.
I like to think of it as like a fire opal, maybe. You have those things.
It's a couple like black when you look maybe, but through the water, it kind of pulls out this like translucent or like color shifting.
Fucking rock for mine. Okay.
It's symbolic. It doesn't have to be something like amazing, but
It's nature's rock.
it's shit. It must be some kind of small like ore deposit nearby, but yeah, so maybe at first glance it appears to be black, but when you like kind of hold it in the light, you can catch little like rainbow veins in it and like sparkles and stuff. Something deeper inside.
Should I give my explanation as to why I originally wanted to choose that, or should I just wait till I go back?
You can also not pick this.
Oh.
We can keep going and try and find something else.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of like having something growing in a jar.
Okay.
Like, just continually like feeding it and keeping it with me.
Sure.
Is that alright?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Or I could just go for like a skull that's got mushrooms growing on it. That would be badass, but
You want to kill a man?
No, like if it was something that was already decomposing. No, like
sure.
any animal skull.
You know what?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll just
No, you can look for like animal remains or something. I mean,
I'll just take. I don't know. I hate to be picky. I actually had some thought put into this.
no, I want it to be something that's important to you
Yeah.
as a symbol that you're gonna carry.
Yeah.
You know, we can, if you want to think about this more, we can come back to you.
I guess. Sure.
Yeah. I don't mind taking time. You don't have to settle on the first thing. I'm more so here to like work through and present options. So that was the first thing I thought of. But if you're unhappy with that, keep moving and find more.
Right.
It's a big forest, so I'm sure there's much to find. All right, who wants to pick up with theirs? Do you know what you want to do?
Missive makes his way back to the abandoned house.
Okay.
Dun, dun.
And he is shirtless leading his goat, who's wearing the green and gold shirt that he was wearing that has been slightly, significantly altered to fit the goat.
Okay.
And he leads his goat up into the house and says, "I found my object. This object, as you can see, represents me. It's wearing my shirt. This represents how I am the goat, the greatest of all time. Also, this beast of burden carries me, part of the team. This represents how I carry the team."
Jesus. Okay.
And then Missive pulls the garment off of the goat, and then folds it in a particular way, and then he puts it on his head, and it is a hat. And he says, "And this represents how I'm not always what you expect."
Alright.
You know, sure.
Missive now has a hat and does not have a shirt. He's gonna go find a shirt later.
Okay. Why is this happening? Oh my god. Sure.
After this
I'll let your
ludicrous
goat
display,
pass.
Triskin is going to like aggressively make eye contact with his trainer. He's gonna
Like, really?
He has a good explanation. He's quite the goat.
He's gonna gesture.
Like, I think it was that joke alone that made me accept this.
He's gonna gesture to Missive, and then to his trainer, and then to the dagger, and then like, make the like protect motion again.
I hope this goat doesn't die.
No, it's not the goat, it's the hat.
Oh, the hat is okay. I see. Cool. That works. Okay. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
To yours? Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to head out from where all of the trainers are congregated. Head to. I'm also going to head to the stables as well.
Okay.
Probably coming back from passing Missive, not wearing a shirt on his way back.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure you got a good explanation for this.
I'm going
And then
to
the goat wearing the shirt.
I'm gonna cast a very confused glance, but say nothing because we're supposed to be doing this on our own.
Mhm.
Fair,
That's
Dylan?
correct.
Yeah, Missive just also glances over.
Strange passing glances.
I'm gonna go up to my. I'm gonna walk up to where I have my Trojan stored, my Trojan Kayla, and I'm gonna grab the bridle that I have for riding her,
Okay.
and then I'm going to come back to all the assembled. I'm gonna hold up the leather bridle that I have. So it looks a lot like a horse bridle, except that it doesn't have like the standard bit that you put into a horse's mouth. It's more of like a muzzle, and so it's kind of wider and shorter than what would fit on a horse's head. And I will tell the assembled. I've chosen this bridle that I use to help direct and control my mount. as my symbol of my role in the group. As the Kingdom of Throal is a civilizing force on those around us, the various unaligned tribes and peoples of Barsafe, so are the members of my discipline, the Beastmasters, a civilizing force on the animals of the very same Barsafe. I strive to try to help guide and make sure that our group stays on the correct path.
Right? Oh yeah. I like that. Alright, cool. Back to you.
Can I go full Skyrim and find like a little glowing mushroom?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so, you managed to find that small cavern, I guess I'll say. You wander a little deeper into it and hear maybe some ominous wind whooshing. And
I hear Nerdroot sounds.
Yeah. Whatever. I forgot what they sound like exactly. But I guess I won't make you roll an awareness check. You're in a dark cave. Wait, do you have any sort of
I think I have night vision. Yeah,
Really?
I've got like low light vision.
Okay. And so you managed to make your way through the cave, and then as well as, I guess you managed to notice a small patch of glowing mushrooms because they're glowing in the dark. So, it's kind of hard to miss them.
Like a little terrarium that
Okay.
I got, and I put it back in my bag.
Okay.
And I head back.
I'm gonna say you picked up maybe the terrarium in the marketplace on the way out.
Yeah.
For maybe 2 silver. You have
Okay,
2 silver to
cool.
spare. All right. Since you did kind of head out with that vision in mind. All right. So I need to plug my laptop in. Scott, can I unplug your?
Yeah.
Is that okay? All right.
No.
My computer is more important than your computer.
It is.
Isn't there a free plug right there
Mine has been charging for a
Where?
while.
on the tripod?
Oh yeah. I have a big brick though for mine, but I can plug yours in, Scott.
You don't need to. I've got plenty of battery now.
I give up. There's too many cords. All right. So, I guess that leaves it to Jack and All to explain what his item is.
Okay, so I come up kind of, clutching this terrarium a little hesitantly, and I put it down in front of my trainer, I guess. And I'm like, okay, well, this isn't a fancy dagger. Excuse me. Well, this isn't a fancy dagger or anything, or an animal wearing a jacket. But I've always thought fungi were kind of cool. They straddle the line between life and death. We need these things because they break down the anything dead. They compost it, they put it back into the soil, and allow us, the people who grow things in the soil, to live. We find them in dark places. They're a little weird looking. You might think they're gross, but they're essential, and they provide a really important purpose for the rest of us. And if you have different tastes, you might think they're pretty. And they have these deep networks with other fungi all across the world, where nobody can see them, but all the different. Well, this is getting complicated. They all communicate with each other. All these unseen organisms. So, yeah, that's me.
Really sad you didn't end out with that, and I'm a fun guy, but
No, Jack and I refuses to make that joke. I'm well aware that I'm not a fun guy.
I get it. You're a fun guy.
Okay.
I thought he was talking about that he has a secret spy network.
Oh. No, I'm actually
Secret
out of character.
necromancer
I'm talking about how I network with other nethermancers, kind of unseen to the world.
Your a person who is training with you walks up and kind of pats your shoulder, and he's like, I don't think you're ugly, Jack at all.
Well, it's okay.
And then he kind of like tries to pull you in for a hug, but I imagine you're gonna kind of like push,
No, we're not.
and he's gonna kind of be like,
Mm.
keep training hard.
Yeah, that's more like it.
I don't think any of us think you're ugly, Jack.
I really don't care if you're ugly or not. I couldn't give two shits.
Oof. All right. That leaves one.
Sorry. He doesn't. I'm sorry if that was harsh. But...
Oh, it's fine. All right.
This isn't Barsave's next top model.
Single tier.
You hurt Taman.
I'm sorry.
Taman roll for damage.
Oh,
Ouch.
emotional damage.
It's hurt his heart. All right. It leaves one then to explain.
So, when everyone went to leave, Frill initially went to leave, but some of the daggers fell out of his pack. Right? He tripped.
Like
some
It's
of the
not
daggers,
like
right?
much dagger.
Like so much spaghetti.
Right?
It's falling out of his pocket.
And so when he went to pick them up, he notices that one of them isn't one of the ones he just bought. It's the bloody dagger. It's not it's a little fancier, but also kind of rusted with blood at this point.
I was like, you never
And
cleaned
it's-
that off, did you? That was pretty nasty. No, it's
And he just kind of
Oof.
looks at it, and everyone else passes him, and he's just kind of lost looking at this dagger. And by the time everyone's back, he's kind of sitting on the floor and he's a little more somber than usual. And so once everyone is done, he pulls out the bloody dagger and he places it in the middle where all the other objects are. Don't you find it odd?
God damn it. I thought I turned
What
it
a buzzkill!
off.
Turn it off!
I'm pretty
Monologue
sure it
arrow
was
to my
off.
Slack notification.
I'm gonna find Matt and I'm gonna kill him.
Oh my god. Yeah, he really did that, huh?
Did you do it intentionally?
He really did
Yes,
that.
he
Did he do it
actually-
intentionally? Or did he just do it because he just had to
he
do it?
just wanted to know something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had a good reason, but still, never forgiven.
We're gonna fight him. Alright, I'm gonna fight
Never
him.
forget.
Anyway,
Anyway.
back to the explanation.
Don't you find it curious that you've never heard of the Care of Less? I mean,
What's care?
It's not a tale of a Jedi, I'm telling you.
it's not. Don't you find it weird that I'm the only one you've ever heard of, even, that claims to hail from Less?
Are you asking all of us? And
Seems-
I mean,
It seems quite odd that only you out of all the people in the care are interested in venturing forth to see the world outside their care.
There's not many of us left. It is true that we recently opened up, but our opening was not perhaps a happy one. I heard about this mostly. There was a festival when we opened up, right? It was supposed to be a big thing, announcing ourselves to the world. I was still apprenticing at the time under our head storyteller, and I had dreams of traveling the world and spreading what the Care of Less could give everybody else. And as he does this, he starts strumming a tune. It's slow at first, and then it picks up quite joyously. It was a grand festival. There was a traveling troupe that was passing by, and we were fortunate to be able to share the festivities. We should have known. And then the tune starts to take on a minor key and just starts getting slower and more depressive, more angry. I was away trying to compose a tune of trying to take all of the common songs from our care into one simple melody that I could share with other people, other places, to spread our culture. Apparently the group that had joined us was a group of bandits. They had no interest in killing us, but they wanted all of our wealth and all of our treasured objects. The guard, we were badly outnumbered, but the guard tried to stand up to them, and well, it was a slaughter. I was on the other side of the care trying to compose this tune. It was going to be a surprise, but maybe 5-6 of us left that weren't in the square. Truth is, there's not much to go back to at this point. Kind of on our own, we split up, but I'd like to think I'm the voice of caution in this group, that not all battles can be won, and that when we take battle, blood will be shed. Maybe on our side, but maybe by us. And it's a risk every time. It's a risk we take every time we draw a blade. So I may act cowardly, and I may be underestimating the ability of the group, but I have my reasons. And then the tune just kind of dies. It's clearly not finished, and there are parts that are missing, but that is the end of the tragedy of last.
Alright. Well, with that, everyone's objects have been placed into the middle. Right? Alright, well, they're gonna explain to you. To pick back up the objects that you have just brought here. So I guess everyone grabs whatever object they had just said, and to keep it on your person, you know, from now and for as long as you all are a group, and they're gonna ask you to follow them. Well, I guess one's gonna step forward and be like, they don't all need to go. One of the trainers is going to ask you all to follow him, and if you do, he's going to lead you all into, like, further into this house, into the back, and down almost towards, like, a cellar type thing downstairs, and he's going to lead you all into this room, and as you enter, you notice that it's very odd looking for a room that would be in a house, let alone even a cellar. It looks really odd. The walls are large stone bricks, and it's like a pentagonal room.
How convenient for the 5 of us.
Right. Well, one of the walls is the one you came through, so then there's 4 more. And then in the middle of the room, there's a pedestal with a scroll and quill and ink sitting on it. And he's going to wait by the door as you all enter this room. And I guess as you enter and you start to look around at what a odd looking room is. Fairly, pretty tall ceilings though, considering you just went down into the ground. And as you all manage or get into the room, the trainer is going to step back, and then before you all can even realize it, the door is going to be closing behind you, except the door kind of slides in with the rest of the wall to make a seamless appearance, as if there had never been a door there at all. Also made of stone. And then I guess silence.
Are there any torches lit down here?
Yeah, there's light in the room. Okay. I guess there's torches on the walls.
Guys, what the hell? Did we just get trapped in here?
Maybe that's the point.
Did they tell any of you about this? They didn't tell me.
Perhaps it is some sort of test. What is on the paper? Let us see what is on the paper.
I light my lantern. I assume that there's no light.
No, there's light.
Oh,
we just
I do not light my lantern.
Good job. All right.
I'll look at the paper in the middle of the room.
I'm already paranoid.
Okay.
I'm looking ways to get out.
As you pick up the paper, that lifts a small platform on the middle pedestal, and with that you hear a ticking noise begin in the back.
Oh fuck!
And then water starts to stream very slowly in from the bottom corners of the room. Nothing threatening, but just kind of a slow trickle of water in the inner room. Barely even a puddle right now.
Is there anything written on the paper?
Yeah. If you want to read the paper. It's going to say,
and I'll just clear my throat and read it aloud to everyone else, calmly, as the water slowly fills.
Yeah. I mean, I'm aquatic, I guess I'm alright, but I do think they're trying to murder the rest of you, though.
The paper says, should I try and say it in Taman's way? I don't remember Taman's voice though. I don't know if I can replicate it. You can repeat it if you want after me. It says, say thy name and I shall answer, as should you to your comrades. Say thy name again, but not as one, and find your symbol.
Say thy name, and I shall answer. Frill!
As you yell frill, one of the walls, one of the large stone bricks is going to pull back into the wall and form a little alcove.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be, I'll draw a little thing out for you guys.
Hey, look, it's a drawing.
I'm doing a drawing.
You're doing a drawing.
All right. So, how do you draw a pentagon?
This looks like the building, the Pentagon.
I don't know what that is.
There you go.
All right. So this is like theoretically where the door was, but it's not there anymore. And then this is where the hole just opened up in the wall.
Okay.
And then there's like a little smaller pentagonal thing in the middle. Sorry.
What was the hole in the wall? What did that like contain? Anything?
No,
One that just opened
it
up?
just pulled back and made like an alcove in the wall.
I'm gonna
Oh.
say Taman.
Then same thing is gonna happen. It's gonna open up right here.
I'm gonna walk over to the alcove that opened up when I
Okay.
said my name and put the bridle down in it.
It fits, but nothing happens yet.
Okay.
All right.
Jack and all.
Are you getting excited?
No, I'm kind of just looking at the remaining walls, wondering which one's going to pop out of.
Is the water level still rising?
Yeah, it's still
it's
rising.
a little puddle. It's actually going to appear where the door used to be.
Okay, I go over there and I put down my little mushroom terrarium.
I guess I wander
Regretfully.
over and I do the same with the bloody dagger.
I just realized Rip Triskin.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oops. I didn't do that on purpose.
Oh my god.
Alright. Okay.
So the question
Well-
is Triskin gonna break his vow of silence? Or
Why
this
is
all
Dagus still out here?
Dagus has actually
Can
been
you
there
just be in
the
the front?
Can we retcon that he's been here the whole time?
I'd say he is.
Our good friend Dagus has accompanied us on all of our journeys up until now.
It's just a little fly on the wall watching you guys. He's your number one fan.
Yes.
Yes. Alright.
Number one fan. You should
So
have one.
Missif will yell out, Triskin!
nothing happens.
Damn.
Say thy name.
Begrudgingly, Missif says, Missif.
Bitch, why do you not want to say your name? Alright. Let's see. The thing's gonna open up here. In the wall.
Missif will go put his hat over there.
Okay. Did you bring our goat in here by any chance?
No.
Oh, dang. I was really hoping you were gonna bring that goat.
I think at this point, I just kind of look at Triscan and my face kind of loses a little bit of color as I'm like, he took the vow of silence. Gotta say her name. Guys, we might have a problem. Triscan, how seriously do you take your vows of silence?
Triskin is going to go over to the wall where his alcove should appear, and he's going to try to feel for some seams.
Dude, maybe just like whisper it, right? That doesn't count.
Does anyone know any like?
Say it real quiet.
Triskin's gonna.
Wait, how?
Perhaps you can mimic his voice.
That's what I was gonna say. How long do you have to like?
I think I have to hear it. Is the problem?
But he's heard it before, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Mimics a voice he hears.
I mean, you hear his
You've
voice.
heard his voice a
often.
lot.
Alright. Maybe I can fake it. So I'm gonna try and make a mimic voice test against
We're
your
really all
social
gonna
defense.
drown here because of Tristan. Or rather, 4 of you will drown. I will not.
Can you breathe
Underwater?
underwater?
That's a good point. They never
Alright.
say that. They never say whether I can breathe underwater or not.
Missif casts
I think
waterproof
it's the
on
same.
himself.
Good move.
So
Considering where this is
what's your
going.
social defense? 8? Alright. Well, I succeed even with this dice. 6, 3, a 1, and 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19. That is 2 bonus successes, I believe. So that's like, what, a couple more hours?
You know, you could really fuck around with this.
If we didn't all know it was
Yep.
gonna be him.
That's
Yeah. So using mimic voice, I say, Triscan.
Pretty close.
Alright, sure.
Ah, I was hoping it wouldn't work.
Wait, maybe like it like almost works. Like the wall like shakes a little, and then it's like, wait, we're not fooled by you.
Do you see anything? I'm still in Triskin's voice this whole time. Do you see
You
anything?
feel like mouth it.
He's gonna like push the seams a little bit more. He's like where he saw the wall wobble. Does he feel anything? No.
Not really.
Okay, he's gonna pull a knife out from his boot and try to stab it a little
Oh
bit.
my
I'm
god.
gonna bend down.
Where's
get,
the
like, a
water?
handful of water and splash it on Frill.
Where's the
Yeah.
water at right now?
Like barely like, that much in the bottom of the
Oh, this is gonna take forever. This is gonna take
It's like-
forever to kill us, guys.
It's like slow.
Yeah, he's not super concerned about the water.
Oh yeah, don't worry, it'll be hours of awkward standing around before we finally drown. So we got time.
We still gotta do the whole finding our symbol.
So
Part.
It's
Did
good.
no
How
idea
much
what that-
longer until your vow of silence is up? We might actually have that much time.
it's only another week. You have plenty of water to drink. You won't starve.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we just drink it all.
gonna hold up a 7 to missive.
7.
I just wanted you to know, all I wanted you to do was I just wanted to be amused as I watched you mouth Triskin and then him say it in your voice. I would have let it work if you did that.
Maybe.
Triskin's not that clever.
Oh, damn. It was
Yeah.
more for my personal amusement.
What if we all chant his name? It's probably what he would want anyway. It's what I would want.
Triskin is gonna point a missive and be like,
Alright.
What?
We're all gonna chant his name on 3.
Alright.
Alright.
I don't know if that's gonna do anything.
1, 2. Try
Try
skin.
skin.
Try skin.
Try
Try
skin.
skin. Try
This isn't
skin.
doing anything.
Is
No.
Frill not participating?
Frill has an idea. Frill has an idea.
So, he
So
chooses
Frill-
not to participate.
Frill is gonna take.
Oof.
Frill is gonna take a dagger and sneak up behind. Sneak up
Trust
behind.
exercise.
It's a
Triskin.
trust step.
And kind of, he looks at the others with like a quiet thing, sneaks up behind, and lightly pokes him, like enough to hopefully make him yelp.
I mean, I don't
I
know.
need that last chance out sooner than later.
Oh boy, sure, I'm glad I invested 120 silver in that.
You're trying to sneak
For
up on
completely
him?
avoiding
Yeah.
the situation.
Roll a perception? Do you have
Do
perception?
I
Can
roll?
I have advantage because he's splashing through a like ankle-high puddle of water?
Yeah,
At
that's
this
honestly
point,
fair.
I'm gonna sit down on the ground and just kind of soak in the water for a bit. Just like we're gonna be here for a while.
I don't know if I should like add anything. Okay.
It's awareness versus your stealthy stride.
I can't really.
I got a 19 for perception.
You like turn around and look him in the face as he tries to sneak up on you. Alright.
Don't worry about me.
After he like turns around and like stares at missive, I'm assuming this is happening while they're chanting, and he's gonna conduct at missive aggressively while mouthing his name.
I'm not missive.
Ah, Frill. Sorry.
What does the rest of that note say?
Oh, I can.
Speak your name, and it will speak thy name, and it will be.
Speak thy name, and I shall answer. As should you to your comrades. Speak thy name again, but not as one, and find your symbol.
Oh, speak my name again, but not as one. Sounds like we're all supposed to, as a group, say each other's names.
Or maybe say the name of the
Speak thy
group.
name,
Come up
speak
with the
your
name
own
of the group.
What? No.
So,
Speak thy name again, but not as one, is what it says. Okay.
but not as one. Maybe we all have to say it at the same time. I can't split my voice.
Yeah, well, we already failed step one of this, so we're gonna be here a while.
Anybody got any ideas?
Tristan is just gonna keep on conducting.
No one's chanting your name anymore.
I would. No, that's not a good idea. I would like to try and conduct diplomacy with Triscan to make him break his vow of silence.
Alright.
You better roll good.
So Triscan, you like eating, right? You don't like eating. Do you like starving to death?
Do you like drowning?
Never tried it.
Yeah, well, never too late to learn new things, Bug.
So
You're gonna have
we-
a fun new experience real soon.
So we don't. So I don't like drowning, and you don't like drowning. I don't think anyone else here likes drowning.
Have you already rolled?
No,
Oh.
I'm making my argument beforehand and seeing
Oh.
how it goes.
Alright.
Ooh, guys,
What
I
if-
have an idea.
You broke. What if all you did was say your name,
boy.
and then we don't drown, and we don't even have to hear it. We can cover our ears. If it.
I guess you want to roll for diplomacy?
Do I have a target to do I need to hit, or is this just gonna fail regardless? If it's gonna fail,
I think it's just gonna fail regardless. Triscan's not really in a rush right now. So
Alright. I hope this water doesn't kill us within the next week.
Anybody have any food?
No, none. I have my mushrooms.
I believe that mushroom is poisonous.
I left my goat outside.
Triscan's gonna point at Missif.
If anyone wants to make a quick end of it, I do have poisonous mushrooms. Great
Just
team building
let me know
exercise,
when the
everyone.
water
Really,
gets
really
to
good job.
about like 3/4 of the way to Triscan's
Okay.
shins.
That should be the tallest shit.
Which should basically be like Missif would be
Underwater. Yeah.
But he's got waterproofing on, so he can probably can he sit in one of those little alcoves, like with his
Yeah.
on his butt,
Yeah.
and like his feet are dangling, and okay,
That's just
I
makes
have
you
to
dry,
like
right?
hunch a little
You
bit,
can't
but
breathe in the water with waterproofing.
that's correct.
If it's up to Triscan's shins, I'm just like horizontal in the water now. I'm just kind of like paddling around.
Like a tiny alligator.
Yeah, like a very like,
Oh my God.
like a little alligator. Yeah.
So
Out of sheer boredom at this point.
Wait, Missif had an idea, right?
You
Yeah.
said that?
You did, I believe.
You said
You did claim that. That's why Triscan is pointing at Missif.
Well, yes.
Oof.
Missif does have an idea, and he did exclaim that he had an idea.
But he didn't
Miss
actually
it.
have one.
And Triscan's the only one that's like pointing it at Missif. No one else has asked Missif.
Missive, do you have an idea?
Yeah, I'll cast some raw magic, and then a horror will come in here and break us free.
Oh my God.
Missive, that's a horrible idea.
A
Triscan,
horrible idea.
Wait,
I mean,
try,
if you want
try
to
this again, Frill. Try to say Triscan's name again, and as the pedestal starts to, or as the alcove starts to move, I'll try to push it in.
try and push it. All right.
And I'm gonna brace myself against it.
Okay.
I hope I rolled well enough to do this. So I'm gonna Triscan. I'm trying to mock him with his own voice.
Alright.
I'm not a happy camper with Triscan right now.
You want to do a strength check?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm upset right now.
That's a 6. Raw strength check.
Yeah, I'm not.
Does
I'm not
anyone
super
want to also
pleased
try and
either.
help push the wall? Alright, roll strength check.
Oh.
Okay. I'll say together you managed to, very just painstakingly push the stone brick in enough to where kind of falls into
fooled the
place a
magic?
little bit.
No,
Yeah, I guess.
we forced it.
Okay.
Sometimes you just gotta use some brute force.
Mhm.
it started to move in just like maybe a few inches when it heard Triskin's mimicked voice and was managed. So it kind of like falls in a little at the end and opens up this like last alcove. Holy heck, that was hard. I just wanted to let you
How many
know.
hours have we been standing here if it's up to his shins?
It's not up to his shins. He just said let me know when it's up to his
Yeah.
shins.
Oh.
I'd say it's like maybe here right now.
Okay.
Maybe like ankle.
How long have you been here?
Maybe like 30 minutes now.
Okay.
Um,
I pop out of the water now. Having had my little swim.
I was gonna let you guys have it open if everyone chanted it at the same time.
Really? Oh, Frill. That's so funny. Frill was not having it.
Alright. Anyways.
Well, okay, now that we've all made our point.
Alright.
Alright.
Yep, now they're all open.
Now for the second part of the scroll. I'm gonna read it again. What does it say? I keep forgetting.
All good. It says, say thy name, and I shall answer, as should you to your comrades. Say thy name again, but not as one, and find your symbol.
I'm gonna say my name again. Taman. Does anything happen?
What was that part of "and you to your comrades"?
And I shall
As should
answer
you-
as should you to
As
your
should you
comrades.
to your comrades.
Can we try
Do we
to
need
say
to? Do we need to say everyone's name?
I think we all as a group need to say the same person's name. I think that's what that means.
Yeah, and everyone goes around and says everyone's name, and then
Well, except Triskin doesn't because he's still not talking.
I can't split my voice in two. I mean, we can try it without Triskin, but
Yeah.
Okay, on the count of 3 for Taman. 1, 2, 3.
Taman!
Nothing happens.
keep going. Maybe we have to do everyone's.
Missive on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Missive!
On the count of 3. 2, 3.
Frill!
1, 2, 3.
Jackdaw!
1, 2, 3.
Triskin!
Well, I'm all out of ideas.
Yep, that was my contribution.
Time to die.
I
Well,
accept this.
I flop back in the water, just like face up.
It splashes.
Yes.
Triskin is going to pull out small dagger and carve into the wall a name for the group, like question mark, like the word A, the word name. Yeah.
I feel like the wall's not that easy to carve into. No, you probably like scrape it up. Alright, yeah, I'll give it to you.
name. Do we want?
I have a piece of paper and some ink if you'd like to write without defacing the building.
Here, use some
There's
of
also
mine. It's better
building
quality.
And there's
It's
also an
not.
ink and quill on the middle pedestal with the scroll. Just a reminder. In case you forgot you saw that.
Triskin has so many knives that
The
he
ink I have
forgets.
is of
what he's on.
dwarven craft.
Oh,
There's a
wait.
scroll. And then here's the ink and quill.
Is there a place on the letter to write our names, like any lines or anything like that?
No.
What do we call ourselves?
Missive's minions.
No.
Missive's mighty minions.
It needs more
Wow,
ends.
that's worse.
Missive's mighty mischievous minions.
No. What about?
I'm here for it. Oh god.
Missive's mighty meaty mischievous minions.
You really didn't have to add meaty.
I move to that any name involving missive is automatically vetoed.
Unfortunately, Missive, most of your minions are only skin and bones.
That's fair enough.
Wait, who are you?
I was talking about the facetious veto.
What about the unlikely companions?
Hang on, I'm trying to come up with something funny. Give me a minute.
Triskin nods his head at that. He looks approvingly at Frill. He's like,
Top quality murder boys.
Oh my god.
Veto.
No, what?
Quality murder.
This is what we are.
No, murder, no.
That's
Don't.
what we do.
Who was the last person?
That's what
I
you
murdered?
do.
Oh wait, never mind.
What was that?
Nothing.
Who was the last person we murdered?
Mariel's the closest one. although
did
it's
not murder him.
It's not exactly our fault.
Yeah.
Nobody murdered Mariel.
You all kind of murdered. two
Mariel would
disagree. What's up? Wait, what'd you say?
Mariel's memorial.
No.
What is that?
Tannen, what are your thoughts
The
on
boys are back in town.
What are your thoughts on unlikely companions? Triskin seems to like it, so that's at least two. Or one and a half.
I think the thing that we should think about is what are our goals as a group? What do we care about?
As a group, or as the 5 individuals that make up the group,
As a
or
group.
combined?
What do we
Bar
care about?
permaban list. That's my goals.
It's what?
The bar
Tavern
permaban
permaban list.
You want to be banned from
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was my recurring joke of hoping we get banned from every city we go to because we cause such havoc.
Our goal as a group, earn money, travel places.
Jacking
Don't
on the
really
chaotic goods.
What about just fun? Fun for FS for friends? You can do stuff Alright, I'm done.
I have my personal goals, but and they're not mutually exclusive with the group, with a party's goals, and they might even be mutually beneficial. But
What are your personal goals?
you know about the one to travel the world and listen to music. What I talked about earlier, that bandit group, they had a leader. His name was the King of Thorns.
What?
The King of Thorns.
The King of Thorns.
Triskin looks at his wrists.
Missup looks at Triskin's wrist.
Triskin's wrist look at Missing.
I'm looking for him.
I wrote Janet Rocky's ever seen.
I want him. I want to make him know that there are worse fates than death.
Ouch.
Wait, you want this to be our name somehow?
No,
he's-
no,
you're talking about your
these are my
personal
personal
goals.
goals.
Worse fate than death.
I mean, I'm kind of into
So-
that one. Very goth, very thematic.
The fates.
What about you, Missing?
Okay, I just like am a nerd for Greek mythology, so I was like, I kind of like that, but I don't get the same.
Missus suggested the name The Fates.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse and 1 goat man of the apocalypse.
And one what?
The one
man of the
goat man.
apocalypse. Running a goat?
Triskin is going to write on a piece of paper, dearth, like DEARTH of dew.
Dearth?
Dearth of dew.
Dearth means a scarcity or lack of.
Oh. I thought you just misspelled death.
No.
How about this? I know that you mentioned that
Strong vocabulary.
you were curious about us because we rush in everywhere and destroy it like a storm and get us kicked out of places. And it has been seemed fated that we all have grouped up together. How about Fateful Storm?
Fateful Storm. I'm into that.
How high is the water at this point?
Shoulder.
Yeah. Maybe like almost calf, like mid calf.
Mid calf?
Maybe, yeah.
I gotta look down and I'm like, well, it's not my first choice, but yeah, anything to get out of this room.
By all means, let's keep brainstorming.
No.
Send this around.
Storm.
So, Triskin writes storm ? on a piece of paper and says, "A little bit violent, don't you think?"
Wait, you say that?
Yeah.
He writes it, I think.
Yeah.
You write it?
I write it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Do we have the thing? The whiteboard thing?
Oh, this?
Oh.
Oh,
Could I use that
Yes.
for a while?
Yes.
my God.
There you go. Hope your handwriting's better than mine.
No. I like, while he's writing,
The storming fates.
oh my God. I'm a nerd for Greek mythology. I was like, oh, the fates is so cool because it's like, you know, you guys go around controlling the fate of other people. And I was like, wait, that's kind of dark.
I mean,
Just murder people. But I also still like it. So.
Judge, jury, and executioners.
we have not executed any person.
Let's just call ourselves Dread.
Kind of like that.
Dread?
Oh wait, that's copyrighted.
Spell it like the actual word, and it's not copyrighted anymore.
Bread. With 2 D's.
B-R-E-T-G.
Why do none of your names start with a vowel? I was like,
Fateful quest? Sounds pretentious. Maybe.
We have no middle ground between like pretentious and complete joke right now, so.
Unlikely companions.
Mrs. Middle
Fateful
Ground.
justice.
Shitty board.
oh my God.
I don't know. That's kind of I feel like we should have a name that implies like we're a group of people, like the something.
The unlikely
girls.
companions.
Yeah, like
The unlikely companions.
I feel like we should have, for faithful justice, we should have probably killed more people.
Yeah, you're right.
The Gathering Storm.
Huh?
The Gathering Store. Huh. Myths guided.
I'm specifically sticking away from
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
no.
I can't believe it. Yeah, it's interesting. Try that.
The Missive Guide.
The misguided companions? The misguided quintet? The misguided adventurers?
I don't know about you, I'm not misguided.
We're not familiars though. Yay! Alliteration is unnecessary.
The Faithful Familiars. Well, I think alliteration is very important.
We could be faithful companions.
The questing quintet?
The Familiar Familiars.
It's familiar. Not too familiar.
Oh my God.
I feel like people might get mistaken about us if they think we are questers.
We're very clearly mercenaries.
The Fortunate Five, the
Fast and the Furious.
This is just so amusing.
Fast Five.
The last 5 dead.
Need for speed.
Yes.
My God.
Left 5 dead.
5 no
the
destination.
mostly okay mercenaries.
Mom.
Okay.
Mom.
Call me mom for
I'm calling mom, and then we all jump in. I actually like that. Moderately okay mercenaries.
That's fine with that. Let's do that.
Yes. Mrs. Moderately okay mercenary.
No, just moderately okay mercenaries.
mercenaries.
Alright, okay.
Are we-
okay, missives?
Damon, Triskin, what do you think of that?
Moderately okay missives versus yeah,
Triskin doesn't like it.
mommy.
What's that? Let's turn that frown upside down. No?
I mean, he's not speaking, so
Yeah.
Well, okay, I want him to like
yeah.
say though.
No, that's true.
We have three for moderately
people,
okay.
people seem to like the fact that we identified ourselves as a mercenary band.
Mommies.
I don't know. I'm just.
Fake.
Well, we gotta figure out something soon.
Yeah.
I think
I just can't take.
I
myself
take
that
my
seriously.
backpack and I put it on my head, just kind of trying to keep it dry.
Wait,
The
it's not
water's
falling
rising.
from above.
What?
It's not falling from above.
No, but it's coming out down from the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like getting to waist height soon.
It's like above your cap now.
Yeah.
It's Fate's mercenaries. Question mark.
I can do that one.
I don't like fate, but I'll go with it for now. I'll go with it.
What if we just describe what mercenaries do? Forceful application of pressure.
Dead silence. Complete silence. What is it? What did that say? Fate's okay, mercenaries.
Bomb.
Okay, I like that
Why
one.
am I just trying to make everything good?
That one's pretty okay. I like that one. Fate's okay mercenaries.
Fate's uncivilized killers.
Triskin bursts out laughing at that
Yes.
Smells fuck.
Hey,
I'll have to
Ralph.
tell I'm better civilized.
one. Not
All
like
right.
sorry, he doesn't like laugh out loud. He doubles
Okay.
over.
Okay. I'm still pleased by that.
My
So
God.
Fate's okay mercenaries?
It's okay, mercenaries.
Sure.
Very well.
Yay!
Missives.
Alright, so we have a name. Now what do we do?
Do I want to say it?
We all shout it out at the same time.
Alright.
Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Fate's okay mercenaries.
The room explodes.
Great brainstorming, everyone.
Oh shit! Right.
The like
How do we
room.
get in here?
It's more so supposed to be the sound of like.
A toilet flushing?
Yeah, it sounds like a toilet flushing upstairs actually. No, the
I
room
can go
like
outside and emulate this for the stream.
the room like shakes a little, almost as if like, and you almost like maybe hear the sound of thunder or something. And that's it.
Water's still rising?
Yep.
And the door's not open.
Well.
Oh, I remember. Nissa puts on his hat.
You remember
Okay.
what?
My thinking cap, of course. Go and retrieve your items. That's the last
Oh.
thing that the paper says.
I run and fetch my mushrooms.
I get my dagger.
Figure out the bridle.
Okay.
Alright, let's set it up again.
Okay.
Did anyone not get theirs?
No, I think we all got ours.
Okay. Yeah.
On three. 1, 2, 3.
Fate's okay mercenaries. Brrr.
And Professor.
The same kind of rumbling sound happens.
Okay.
Try scan, I think you might have to speak.
Maybe the water's like a little slower now, actually rising.
Try scan.
Could you just like write it out?
Triskin.
Just write Fate's okay mercenaries and then like wave it around when we're saying it. Say it in sign language. I don't know.
Do you know a code? A non-verbal but audible code that you could, I don't know, tap it out in or something?
Fate's.
So,
Should we say it again?
Yeah, let's try again.
Okay.
Ready?
Fate's okay mercenaries.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in an infomercial.
Because you're trying so hard. The water stops.
Does the door open?
No.
It took pity on us.
Jesus.
Triskin is gonna go over and read the note again.
Okay. It says, well, you can't say it out loud,
Yeah.
but you can read it to yourself. Say thy name, and I shall answer, as you should your comrades. As should you to your comrades. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Say thy name again, but not as one, and find your symbol.
Say your name again, but not as one. But not as one?
It's okay, mercenary.
It's okay, mercenaries.
I'm gonna just say my name, Taman. Does anything happen with my? Okay.
Lordy. Alright.
Sorry, I made this intentionally hard to decipher by having multiple interpretations of it.
Yeah, that's a good riddle.
I did a thing.
Oh, I
Alright.
thought maybe this was from like an official thing.
Do we get a hint?
This isn't a
You hear the room rumble again.
Does anyone understand Rumbleese?
Perhaps maybe this ritual was written down in the Book of Tomorrow.
Was it? I can spend a karma on recall. Can I roll something? Knowledge?
Sure.
Okay.
Knowledge? Yeah.
Or just like I don't have like ritual theory. But I think I would know like Book of Tomorrow stuff.
You have the half magic from your
I
troubadour,
do have half magic from Troubadour.
which is recalling tales from your homeland.
Yeah. So I think on this. So I'd roll like perception, I think, from this.
Your perception step plus your circle.
Plus a d6. So that's 2d8 plus a d6. Can I borrow a d8? Boom, I have d8.
I also want to remind everyone there is quill and ink sitting on the middle table.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, so I get a lot. So that's
Wait,
11.
is there paper?
No.
No.
Well, there's the scroll.
17.
The original scroll that everything was written on.
18.
Okay.
Was this in the Book of Tomorrow? And do I remember it?
Was it in the Book of Tomorrow? Probably, yeah. You recognize that it's a sort of group naming ritual that's happening. And I believe Missive remembers as well, or because I think we talked about this slightly in the last session. There's a ritual for forming a group true pattern that requires a group name to be defined, a group symbol, and symbolic items, as well as a group oath. So
group symbol. So we need. So it's group symbols, which we have a group name, which we have a group symbol, and a group oath. We need the last two.
Group symbol and group oath?
Yeah, that's traditionally, at least from what I remember, something about a group symbol and a group oath. I don't see how this applies to the riddle, but it's worth a shot.
Okay, should we maybe write the symbol with the quill and ink on the scroll? And the oath? I don't know.
Worth a shot.
I'm gonna grab out a piece of parchment, write down the name of the group on the top of the parchment, put some lines for put 5 lines on it, and write my name on the first line, and pass it around to everyone else.
Yeah, I sign.
As a group roster.
Okay. Everyone signs it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have this paper with everyone's name and the group name and everything. Alright, what do you want to do with it?
On the pedestal?
I'm gonna set it on the pedestal along with my group item. Like I'm gonna set the roster kind of in the middle with my group item on the edge, or with my item on the edge. Everyone puts your item on the pedestal.
Alright. Do it.
Done.
Nothing.
You said there was a pledge, correct?
We need a group symbol, which we need to draw or something. Anybody have a thing for a symbol? We could do.
Triskin,
Real
this
things.
is a shitty drawing, but he draws like, he's a tattoo artist, so he's very good at art. He draws a drop of water and then a stylized like ripples going out, and then he like points to the drop of water, he points to himself, and he points to everybody else. And then he points to the ripples, and then he makes a grand gesture.
I thought you were gonna say he points at the drop of water himself. He points to the rest of you guys and the ripples.
Yeah, it works.
Disliked.
Yeah, that works.
Ooh, one slight alteration.
Oh no.
Missive draws a picture of himself. That's not true. He doesn't do that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay.
5 drops of water.
For the 5 founding members.
That'd make a dope tattoo.
Yeah.
Wait,
that.
hold it up for the people.
I like that.
For the people.
You might have to go a little
Tilt it a
closer.
little.
There you go.
We'll edit it in post.
I'll draw it in on the top of the document as well.
Okay.
Our group symbol.
And this is setting on the pedestal.
Mhm.
Okay. So as you write the symbol, I'll say some of the ink like leaks onto the pedestal, and then a compartment kind of falls open, revealing a knife.
Clearly we must fight to the death.
It's just
It's more like a carving
Can
knife.
Can I make a check? So, a carving knife, you said?
What do you mean?
Okay.
Carve everyone up.
So some of the ink fell onto the pedestal, as in like the whole symbol is now on the pedestal, or just
About the trace of the symbol, I guess.
Does the
Not-
knife
It's like not complete on the pedestal.
Okay.
does the knife look sharp enough to carve into the pedestal?
It could probably, I could carve in the stone.
I don't think this is meant to be like a.
A blood ritual?
Yeah.
Jackano's already
Yeah.
getting ready to like.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
my
gonna grab
first impulse.
That's mine too. I'm gonna grab
Oh,
the
yeah.
knife. I'm gonna prick my thumb and put it up against one of the dots on our symbol on the pedestal.
Are you not going to do the immensely more painful method of slashing your whole fucking palm open and slapping that on
Oof.
there like the movies?
I just need a single drop of
I
blood.
hate that.
Yeah. If this doesn't work, we carve it into the pedestal.
Yeah.
But
I
okay.
do a similar thing where I just take a little slice and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I do it.
As soon as I saw that knife, I was like, all right.
Win for all.
Done this a million times, says Jackano.
So does everyone like put their blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Seriously?
I'm so sorry.
All right, my
That
idea.
is-
Triskin, you're good at carving. Carve our symbol into the pedestal.
I don't know if that's the answer.
Well, that's my idea.
Triskin taps away, carves
Okay.
the symbol in.
You're kind of like dulling the knife in the process. It's not cutting into the stone very well, but you managed to scratch out the group symbol into the stone. It looks nice. Nothing happens.
Well, they gave us a carving knife. Can I?
Yeah, carving
Does
knife is
my
not for stone.
info recall?
What's up?
Did my previous role mention anything about a carving knife in these kinds of rituals? Like
No.
what a knife would do?
You remember name, symbol, item, and oath. Name and oath.
Do we need to maybe we need to make an oath? Maybe that was the thing because we have the symbol already, and that gave us the knife. And the knife, I guess, is for the
I
oath.
solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
Oh,
No,
Alright.
So we need to make an oath. Do we want to make it simple so we get out of here? Or do we want to fine tune it later, or how do we?
Well, edit it in post.
Yeah.
I think we could do a relatively simple one about the purpose and bonds of our mercenary group. Wait, what?
Wait, what are you, oh, no, I'm just like, what are you saying about making an oath?
Yeah,
Okay.
like writing down some kind of oath or all swearing one together. Like,
Okay.
something like that.
Maybe we all contribute 1 line. And
That's a lot of lines for an oath.
6 lines, 5 lines. We pledge to blah 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 blah. This we swear as fate's okay mercenaries. Maybe something like that as structure, and then we all add a line.
Yeah.
And then maybe we have Triskin write it. So maybe that counts for him.
You're writing it on the paper on the pedestal, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Since he said that everybody contributes a line, so as soon as he says that, he's going to write down "we pledge to," and then he.
I very quickly take it because I want to get mine in.
Does anything seem to be happening
Yeah.
when he's writing his line?
As like you're passing this pen around on the middle table, I guess as it's passed over to Frill, he kind of like knocks the items that you all sat around, like all of your symbolic items you sat around the pedestal, and he knocks Jack and all's little terrarium, and yeah, I guess it almost falls off the table, so if anyone wants to try and catch it.
Yeah, I want to try and catch it.
Okay.
Wait, what? You're saying that Frill does this?
You're all just like passing it around.
Okay.
But like this little tiny this pedestal is really small, but you all have placed all of your items on this little pedestal.
Okay.
So I was just saying, by fate,
Yeah.
because you guys are fate's mercenaries or whatever.
Is this like foreshadowing I'm gonna die or something?
I don't know.
Alright, pass it.
I'll try to grab it.
Okay.
To keep it from falling.
Well, Dex.
Can I do danger sense?
Sure.
Nice.
I guess I don't notice this because I'm writing.
7.
Yeah, I'll say you managed to like kind of catch it and stabilize it, but there's not much space on this little table.
Alright. Thanks. You like study it?
Mhm.
There, Missive passes this on to whoever. To smoke weed every day.
My God. Bad lad.
Poison.
My character was Snoop Dogg the whole time. Alright, I did play a Snoop Dogg based character once, didn't I?
Yes,
You did do that. I remember that.
Yeah. Snoop
Also
Hideous
there for
Dog.
My goodness.
We played that on 420?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the occasion.
Oh, it was coincidentally.
Yeah, no,
420.
but that was like how things ended up being like themed like that was just because it happened to fall on that day.
All y'all were memeing.
Yeah,
That was funny.
you couldn't expect us not to though.
And I totally expected it. And it turned out great.
I don't know why I saw the water rushing
Oh,
sound. I guess
boy.
the water stopped.
How are y'all gonna read this aloud in person? Guess we all crowd in.
I can just read it for the stream to hear, and then we can say you all did it.
Okay.
And we'll just have Triskin pretend like he's saying it.
Perfect.
I guess Triskin is okay.
As long as he intends on it, on saying it. As long as his heart is saying it.
My goodness.
So if it doesn't work, we're blaming Triskin.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100% agree. How high is the water at this point?
It stopped flowing when you all.
Oh, right. Don't worry about that.
Just
anymore.
because they had pity on you.
The people running this escape room were like, I feel bad for them guys.
So dumb.
No one's ever actually died before. Should we give them a hand?
Usually they're out of here by
No
now.
one's taking this long.
The group
Normally they just.
oath is to be to do good where good may be done, to only fight when needed, but to do so with all our strength, to free the innocent from bondage, to seek knowledge and truth wherever we go, to rely on our brothers in arms to assist in our shortcomings. That's what it said. To assist in our shortcomings. I like that. That's cute.
Those were all good.
That was really good. Well, I like this, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh
I'm really glad though. I'm gonna take a picture of this because it's cute.
This has been the whole session. Like,
no! Maybe we need to say it aloud with the.
You said it aloud. Nothing happened.
Or are we still bleeding?
I don't know. Did
Sure.
you bind your own wound?
I mean, we only had a drop of blood. I don't know.
Is
I don't
Frill a
know this.
hemophiliac? Like, what?
No.
You're probably fine.
No.
Short.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to take a break?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we can brainstorm ideas.
something
Alright.
to get out of the escape room from hell.
We'll be back in a few minutes from our break. Please stay tuned. Thank you. All right. There's your bubble. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our stream. I would explain what's been going on, but we're literally just stuck in our room. So let's pick up from there. All right.
Escape room edition.
Yeah, so they wrote this really cute oath out that, didn't do anything that from what they can tell. But I think it's cute, so I like it. But nothing physically changed in the room, so you're standing still in a puddle of water about almost to your knees.
Well, some
There-
of our knees.
Yeah, to your head, almost. There are these cubbies in the walls, in the 5 walls. There's a pedestal in the middle with ink and a quill. And now a small compartment opened that revealed a carving knife, I guess. I don't know. I didn't mean anything specific by saying a carving knife. More so you could tell it's like, maybe more like a tool, I guess. Like,
Does it look ornate or ritualistic?
no,
Okay.
it's just a knife. It's just a knife.
Does anyone know anything about what we're supposed to be doing? Anyone can think of anything at all? Anything
Can I roll
tangentially related?
for like half magic about blood rituals?
Sure.
Do you remember how to roll for half magic again?
It's gonna be perception plus your circle.
Okay. So.
And you can spend a karma on the roll.
All right.
Please.
Cool. Yeah, I was spending karma. I've got plenty to spare. That's gonna be 12. Wait. That was the wrong. Where did my actual
Is that the
one go?
D8?
Oh, is that it? Well, that's also a 1. So, yeah. So that'll be 12.
Okay.
What's your perception?
Yeah, so that was...
This is 7 stuff, and then plus 3 my circle. I had 2d10 plus the d6 from karma.
2d10? You get 1d10. There, so step 7.
Wait, no,
step 10.
it was 2d8.
Oh yeah, 2d8 plus
2d8.
d6. Yeah. Okay.
That's what I did.
What's up? Okay. Yeah, so, like, Frill kind of recognized, you imagine that this is, like, group true pattern creating ritual. You also remember that there are, like, 5 things that need to happen. You have to pick a group name that represents the past, present, and future. Create a symbol that represents the group and its history. Create a minor pattern item for each member in the group. Perform a naming ritual and a group oath of blood peace. So, from what you can imagine that you've done so far, you've done the group name, you've done the group symbol. Usually a naming ritual is done vocally, but by signing all of your names on a sheet and writing out kind of an oath swearing loyalty to the group and like what you choose to do with it, and writing the name of the group on that page as well. I'll say that counted, that you think that would have counted as a naming ritual.
Okay.
So from there, it's the oath. That's where the true blood magic happens, you know. As well as creating minor pattern items.
Oh Jesus. Well, that's a whole thing, isn't it?
Do you say
here.
that to us?
No. This is out of character.
Okay.
So in character, I say, okay. So from what I know about blood rituals, I think we've got several of the things down. I mean, we wrote up a kind of a group manifesto, but also part of it is we have to take an oath of blood peace. This whole thing is supposed to be a symbol of our trust in each other. That we won't turn on each other, we won't backstab each other, that kind of thing, from what I recall. And then also, I think we have to weave a pattern for each of our items.
I'm going to grab my the bridle. I'm gonna make a beast weaving test to weave a thread of my true pattern to it.
You can't weave patterns to non-magical items.
Okay.
What?
So as they are now, you cannot weave an item to them or weave a thread to
How
them.
do you make a non-magical item magical?
Do I know how to make
the
a
ritual?
What?
Through the ritual.
Oh.
Okay. Well,
You have all of your
Here's-
items on this table,
Okay.
as well as a carving knife.
Okay. Well, let's maybe try the oath of blood peace first. That seems like it's got to be pretty clear, right?
Yeah.
Are there any specific words to the oath of blood piece?
I don't think.
what are there?
You can't perform the oath until you've completed the rest of the tasks beforehand.
But you said we have to perform a ritual to make the items magical.
Mhm.
Do I know anything about a ritual to make items magical? Can I recall anything like that
You can
with
Put
my
your soul in
previous
it.
role?
as a final act.
It's true. That's the
Well, we
only
know
way.
that.
That's the
an
only way I've
option.
heard of.
All right. Say thy name, and I shall answer, as should you to your comrades. Say thy name again, but not as one, and find your symbol.
We've heard this.
I'm going to pick up the carving knife, poke my thumb with it, press it onto my parrying dagger, and mouth my name.
You're getting close.
Oh my god.
You have a feeling you shouldn't be drawing any more blood at the moment. You're getting a little faint.
It's just like little pricks.
He's just weak to blood, apparently.
I yelled
Or he's
room.
getting a feeling from the GM god that he should stop pricking his finger before I fucking slap all of you.
Any help? No.
Yusuf will put his thinking cap back on.
That's good.
Yeah. I
mean, like,
hold.
no, I as a character, I feel like I would know this sort of thing. As a player, I don't, and I'm just getting frustrated. So yeah.
I'd like to roll
spent a
an
very long time on
ancient
this.
weapons test
Well,
to see if I can recall.
I feel like I've said it a few times. You need to create symbolic items. Is the fourth. Or the.
I actually assumed the items we found were associated with symbolic items.
But there's a knife. You have a knife as well.
Oh, okay.
It's a carving knife.
Are
your
there
symbols.
things to
Oh.
carve?
I'm gonna
You
carve.
just made a symbol.
I'm gonna carve the group symbol into the bridle.
Good.
Okay.
Does that
A
do
small platform raises out on the corner of your wall.
hey, huh. I repeat what I was doing, which was like hopping up and down.
Yeah.
Did that do anything?
Yes.
What was everybody doing?
Oh my god.
Okay, I take the
Splashing
carving
in the
knife
water.
and I carve the group symbol into the lid of my terrarium.
Okay. It pops, like a little platform pops up in your wall.
Can the carving knife scratch my tempered steel
Can you, like,
dagger?
Put it in the hilt of your
Okay, yeah.
dagger.
The hilt is brass, so that's perfect. So
Okay.
Missive stitches the symbol into his hat.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I take if you cut brass and cut this rusty dagger. I carve it into the blood. So like the rust has stuff, and if I carve it, it'll like
So
change
it's got a
color.
clean spot.
Yeah, so now it has a clean spot that has the symbol.
Okay. Alright, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Maybe now we can put our items on the pedestal.
Yeah, worth a shot.
So I walk back to my alcove and put my item on the pedestal in the alcove.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that.
Everyone does that?
mhm.
Alright. As you all place your items into these compartments, their like room shakes again, and the door out opens, and also the like pedestal like opens downward, and has like a little drain at the bottom of it.
So the door opens.
Mhm.
I sprint out the door.
Okay.
I'm like, freedom! I'm so hungry. And
I've been
I
there
just
for
take
like an hour.
I take when we're like outside the room,
Mhm.
but like not far away. I just like take breaths. It's like clean air.
We need to finish the blood piece, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we need to still take that oath.
So does the drain drain the water, or is it like does the drain
No,
drain
it's
the
in
water?
it's in the pedestal. Opens
Okay.
into like a sink type thing.
Okay.
But yeah, the door is open to leave though, if you all want.
Oh. But I mean, we still have to take the oath of blood piece.
You don't have to.
Oh. Phil, get back in here. It ain't over.
Surely anything we need to do, we can do out here.
I don't think so, actually.
I do not know about creating a true group pattern. I do not know if it is location dependent.
Well, I mean, it looks like there's like a sink in the middle, right? Where we're supposed to draw blood into. That's what I tell you. Is
Okay.
look, the sink opens up. Clearly, I think we're supposed to drain our blood into there. For the blood piece. Don't be squeamish. Come on back in.
Why do we have to go back in the room? I'm walking over.
They just like visiting the doctor. Everyone should have their blood led every now and then.
You also know, with your knowledge of blood, that in like a group of blood piece, that the I think to perform the actual blood magic, you create a wound in your dominant arm, like your like effect attack arm, which for Skrings can also be their tails. And then you it doesn't.
Is this a capital W wound?
It's a wound. Well,
Yes.
Do I
It's
mark it on my
permanent.
wound tracker?
no. Only if you betray the group.
Oh, okay.
But you know for a 2-person group oath, you press each other's like blood into the wound that they just made.
Okay.
But it's not stated specifically how to do it for a group. I guess you could all press it into each other or something. I don't know. Or just keep going.
I thought you said like a little bowl like opened up inside the. Okay, so I mean, easy way to do this is we all create our wounds, drain our blood into there, and then dip the wound back into the combination of blood. I hope nobody has any contagious diseases.
Tristan sighs and reopens the wound in his thumb for a third time.
What is the disease? What's a contagious disease?
Blood, any kind of blood disease?
Diseases are carried by bad air.
Jackanoff looks physically hurt by that statement.
Makes sense to me. It's what they wrote in the Book of Tomorrow. You know, bad air. You gotta.
The miasma.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like what, 3 leeches or something? 3 leeches a day for 3 days.
3 leeches a day keeps
Y'all
the
are
barber
wrong for
surgeon
this
away.
world,
Exactly.
that's all, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you reopen your wound, and are you draining the blood into a little
I'm
thing in
draining
the
my
center?
blood.
Okay, I do the same. I don't use my tail. I use my right arm.
Okay.
If no one tells me otherwise, I'm just gonna prick my thumb again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do a cut like around here, drain that in, and then let everyone else does that. I assume.
I'm gonna prick the. I'm gonna basically stab the knife under my fingernail where my claws grow from, and put the blood from there.
Why would you do that?
Okay.
You said it had to be from where the dominant place where you attacked from.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
God,
why-
that seems painful.
Why? Wait. Oh.
Wolverine over here.
Do I have to
Okay.
stab myself again?
Stab yourself in the vocal cords.
That's what I was
Don't actually do that. That was a joke. I'm
You
a
can do your
jokester.
tongue.
No. I have to eat later.
Get it pierced.
No.
Get it pierced.
No.
Do it right here.
How
it-
about
it's
we
up
all-
to you.
That should be fine. What
This
could go
isn't
wrong?
my decision.
That's probably fine.
Okay.
We'll all just turn it into a blood sausage and eat it communally. Anyway, here's my blood.
Alright.
Okay,
Where did
so-
you cut?
just one of his digits.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we all dip our wounds back into the blood, as unhygienic as that is.
I
Kids, don't try this at home.
Don't try blood magic at home.
Sounds like STIs everywhere.
Always try blood magic. At
Oh my god.
As you all like dip your hands into this smallish puddle of blood now, it like
Nasty.
Nothing happened.
nothing
It's
happens.
nice and warm.
Yeah. It like drains down into the sink. And as it drains, it like somehow like forms a writing across the top like barrier of the room, kind of in red, almost as it's like filling in with your blood. Creepily. And
I'm enthralled by this. I think this is very neat.
the writing on the wall says, "As the sun shines upon the earth, so shall light illuminate my deeds. All people shall see that I mean no harm to my group. I shall take no action to bring harm to them or those of his blood or their blood, or knowingly allow harm to befall them or those of their blood. As the moon shines upon the earth, so shall light illuminate my intent. All people shall see that I honor my promise." That's what it says.
Alright.
I guess we say that. And the 1. And the 2.
Let me bring it up for you guys.
No, we can just say that we
Nah.
said it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
said
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you say it?
This has
Yeah.
been a lot of trying to say things in unison this session.
I've enjoyed it. It's made me laugh.
Frill says it kind of like, it's like, he's like half into it and half just like, please let this work. I'm hungry. I want to go eat.
Alright.
I want to get Macca's. Says Frill.
Do you have to eat like every hour? Do humans have to eat every hour?
No, but I didn't have breakfast.
Well, that is your own fault. Why
Yeah,
would-
but now
why
I'm
would you start the day
hungry.
without breakfast?
Because it was like almost lunch. And I was just like, well, we have this quick meeting and then I can just go grab a giant lunch.
Mm.
You know what's better than having 2 meals over the 3 meals? You have 2 big meals and they're both twice as good.
But 3 big meals are even better.
Or even one giant meal.
I'm so confused.
I
What's
tried
happening?
eating 3 giant.
Tryskin sighs and walks out the door.
As his team discusses dieting strategies, Tryskin
Yeah.
moves.
Well, okay, so you all take 2 points of blood magic that cannot be healed as long as the oath remains.
Okay.
So we just
Wait,
take
2 plus
permanent 2 wounds?
No,
Or
No
permanent
wounds.
2 damage?
2 damage.
2 blood damage.
Oh.
And you know, as you finish saying that, you see like a sheen come from your like items that are sitting within the wall.
They're not in the wall anymore though.
Yeah,
Can we take them back?
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
They were sitting on the pedestal.
Okay.
Or in the little cubbies.
Yeah.
you can
I
grab
thought
them.
we took them back
I go and take my little terrarium back.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Grab it.
My
Grab
boys.
my thing.
Alright.
Yeah, Tryskin grabbed his thing on the way out.
Okay. You guys gonna leave the room now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna leave.
Alright. You made it out. Yay.
Yay!
Yay.
Hey, Throal, try and slap me in the face.
I'm pretty sure it's okay if he says you can.
He's consenting.
Slap him in the face.
Anyways.
So,
Does anything happen?
Mm. I
Phil
really
dies.
want to say.
Immediately broken.
I really want to say it's immediately broken, but I'm not going to do that to you. I won't. I'm sorry. I want to do it so bad.
Tryskin is gonna look around for the trainers.
They're all at lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, they all left actually. But if you go upstairs into the front room of the building, you see General Calder standing there.
Oh.
He kind of is waiting for the group to assemble. Does everyone
Mhm.
leave the?
Mhm.
All right,
Yep.
cool.
I hope you have much to tell us, General Wilbur, because I have nowhere else to be.
No worries. I'm sure you don't all want to go get food or anything.
Yeah, of course not. I had breakfast.
Maybe I can.
Frelly's just dying. I think you might even hear a grumble and like just a loud grumble from her, and just like,
It happens.
have mercy, sir. Food for the poor.
He's gonna explain. I know you all have heard me say this probably time and time again, but seeing as you all may now be true mercenaries of Throal, a group that I have the most hope for over any other party that I've sponsored, I must explain to you one more time your purpose to us. Thrall seeks to regain the trust of the people of Barsave. The past many years have been rocky, and Thrall hasn't always been there for its people, but we need you all to travel and spread the word to Barsave that Thrall is back and wants to protect them from anything that might threaten people. Thrall's always attempted to be a benevolent power. We never attempted to conquest, but rather, with the assistance of the great dragon Icewing, wanted to help rebuild and reinforce. We took a big hit, however, after we fought Thera out of Yvain. What price was the victory worth, though, as many people here lost loved ones? In the fall of King Naden, with no successor, left his place more broken than it was before. We had to withdraw and rebuild. I hope the people of Barsave can understand that, and you all knowing this story is important, so that you aren't just doing this because you're getting paid by us, but doing this because you believe in Thrall. We want to withdraw. We want to rebuild now. The people of Barsave think we have abandoned them, but now that King Kovar has taken the throne and tensions are settled, we're here for our people. Please help the people of Barsave. I promise we will reward you greatly if you continue to go out and take care of them and protect them. People may have mixed feelings. some might be glad to see Thrall has returned in influence and care, but some might be suspicious to see us venturing out again. But please do your best to gain the trust of the people of Barsave. We want to unite again so that we cannot be broken. Even if something like Thera or another scourge was to happen again, if we're together, we can be stronger than before. So basically, he's asking you to, travel around and continue your journeys and settle disputes in towns and whatnot.
I'm trying not to get kicked out of every town.
Exactly. Exactly what you were already doing. Not doing.
Not getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Frill is nodding, and he's acting a little because he doesn't really care about this message at all.
Alright.
He's just kind of hungry. He's just like, yep, yep. Can we get out of this meeting now? I'm hungry. It's kind of that like, you know how you get when you're like in a long meeting and you're just like nodding and not really taking it in. And just,
Yeah. Well, he's gonna say in his voice.
And does he attempt to notice this? Because I've been acting for like a week.
I feel like he's just gonna overlook you, but if you want to make an acting roll, you can.
I don't want.
Okay.
I will if I have to.
Well, you can make it in a minute
Okay.
if you continue to keep this up. He's gonna tell you that we must go through a proper initiation in order for you all to become mercenaries, but don't worry, it will not take nearly as long as the previous task you all had been handed, but simply, you're supposed to sign your names on a paper, but seeing as you've already done that, I guess I can just take that paper with me. But if you all could bow and repeat after me. Is everyone bowing?
Mm-hmm.
I guess in whatever
Yeah.
form of bow that you were taught. I, your name.
Your name.
You didn't think we weren't going to do that, did you?
I didn't think it until I was saying it. I was like, all right, let's try this again. When I say your name, you say not your name, but actually your name. Do we understand here?
Yes.
All right. I
Taman.
The Frill.
promised by the power of Thrall
Promised by the power of Thrall.
and inspired by the hearts of the people of Barsave
Inspired by the hearts of the people of Barsave.
to use my name for good
Use my name for good.
and to protect those who empower me.
And to protect those who empower me.
Yes. Why did that sound like a question?
No, I said it.
You're empowered by the hearts of the people of Barsave, so they empower you.
Oh.
Protect the
I
people
thought you
of
were
Barsave.
saying protect my employers like at all costs. That didn't sound so good.
It sounds better if you say it all at once,
Okay,
but
yeah, no, I see what you mean.
it's okay. Anyways, taking this oath and remembering that Thrall is always watching, any evidence of dissent from this oath will result in troubling consequences. So I trust that this won't be a problem with you all. So that being said, let me award you with your true symbol of Thrall, of being a mercenary of Thrall.
Don't we already have that? The little token thing you gave us
It was
like a month
fake.
ago?
It was temporary.
That's the longer symbol.
You all were trainees of mercenaries of Thrall.
Okay.
I think this will assist you more than a simple token would in your travels. And he reaches behind him and out of a large bag, he pulls out a golden cloak that has the same Thrall symbol on the back of it as the pin that you had gotten. for you all to wear. And he says, these cloaks will protect you from some of the fiercest magic, and if you choose to listen to it, may guide you to your destination. And then he like tries to put them on everyone if they're not gonna like fight back.
It's in my size. Thanks.
I made sure, especially for you.
They're not due to windwings.
We got Taylor. Alright. So, with that, everyone can add 2 to their mystic defense.
Was there a place for like equipment that you're wearing? For like,
Look on the back.
yeah, mine's almost filled up.
Sorry, what are
Armor.
the items?
Armor
what are
and
these
shield.
items exactly?
It's a cloak.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cloak,
It's just like a thrall mercenary
2
cloak.
magical, and 2. And it boosts my mystic by 2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, that was my low one as well.
Yeah, I had a 6, now I'm at 8.
I'm at 13, baby.
Damn.
Alright.
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 Does he dismiss us?
Yeah. You're
Alright.
dismissed.
You just hear me
Okay.
spread the food.
Okay.
So I guess now we can go. Go see Rocket Lake Band. Exactly. Road trip.
Yeah.
Okay. I
I
guess.
put my fancy cloak on. I'm quite fond of it.
So
Nice.
Perhaps you should leave on the morning.
It looks as though it had been woven with threads of gold or something.
It does
So
clash a
shiny.
bit with my goth aesthetic, but
Oh.
like I'll take it.
We'll have to
like
leave. We'll
walk.
have to leave tomorrow. I have to make a new shirt for myself.
yeah.
He says, still shirtless, and wearing a hat that looks like his old shirt.
I walk after Frill to let him know we're gonna leave for Lake Band tomorrow.
Alright.
I assume you write this and hold it up.
I'm
in
gonna
your
go
face.
to the. I'm gonna go actually to the dock section and see if there are any airships heading to Lake Van soon.
Yeah, there probably is. I think Thrall is close with the scraying house that resides at Lake Van. So, yeah, I'd say let's see how much a normal.
Oh, I was gonna go to the. I was gonna go try to find the captain and suggest that perhaps he would want a group of mercenaries from Thrall to help security on his trip down there in case they run into any sky raiders.
You know what? That'd probably be pretty good. I think he'll take that offer, especially since you're sponsored mercenaries with your capes and everything. You
Oh, we
know,
look so official.
looking good.
What would be the pay for such a voyage?
Us paying you, or you paying us?
The pay for the protection.
I mean, you're getting a free trip. That would cost, I think, 20 silver pieces. I'd say that's a pretty fair trade. Not happy with that deal. I see.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make a haggle roll.
Okay. Let's see.
20 silver pieces is how long is the journey to or how long is the airship journey from here to Throal again, or from here to Lake Van again?
Be about a day and a half.
A day and a half.
So you are spending a night on the airship.
Seems to me that the worth of a skilled mercenary would be about 50 silver a day. But so perhaps we can meet somewhere in the middle and say the fare plus 10 silver for each of us.
Do you want to roll for that?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a 7. Maybe hers is his social defense. Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Ugh. Ugh.
Okay, cool. I estimated that right. It is like 20 to 30. Okay. 10 silver pieces per person.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can do that. Right?
Cool, thank you. What time do we leave on the morning? Or on the morrow?
We will leave at sunrise. Sunrise o'clock. Yeet. Okay.
I'll come back to the group and let all of you know that good news. I found us an airship that will take us to Lake Ban.
All right.
Yay.
Good deal.
I signed us up to guard their shipment. They'll pay us 10 silver for the journey.
Okay.
They'll pay
Should
us.
I add that
Nice.
already? So.
I figured we probably won't get the silver until we actually get there.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, everyone ready to head out in the morning?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys wake up bright and early. I guess it's not bright yet because it's before sunrise. Hopefully you didn't miss your airship. Go to the docks where I guess Taman leads you all there, and board the ship. I guess ready and armed to fight. Not just chilling around on the ship. You're working a job right now.
I hope no one attacks us while we're still in Throal.
That's well, you're on the ship. You're heading out. You leave without a problem. They tell you you'll get your pay at the end of the journey.
Right.
Like whether or not anything happens, they'll hold their word. And it's a fairly like safe travel. Nothing really comes your way. You're pretty much following the airship follows the Coil River south. It's not like a heavily disputed area for anything to be super concerned about. Sky Raiders or whatnot. So you make it there, spend the night, and you make it there about noon of the next day, I'd say. Landing. Obviously, you can't land in the lake. You land nearby.
Oh, this isn't a water plane? Like
Unfortunately.
a water airship? No.
It has ship in it.
Just a regular airship.
So you land on a dock nearby, and I guess are escorted from like a nearby town across into the floating city on Lake Ban. So I guess to describe it just a little bit, it's the floating city is comprised of, you see like 4 towers rising out into in the lake in the shape of a pentagon. Oh wow.
4
Familiar.
towers in the shape of a pentagon?
5 towers. I said 4. I meant 5. Around a 6th tower in the middle, forming the foundation of the city. And hanging on these towers, growing between them, like it's living almost, are like densely woven reeds that have kind of grown out of the lake itself and formed this like platform for people to live on, almost as if the whole city itself is like a living organism. And I think that's pretty much it. Pretty much the reeds like support the whole weight of the city on top of it, which is pretty cool. There are some riverboat piers and buildings. Buildings more than 3 stories tall on these reeds, which is pretty dope. So I guess you take a small riverboat across the lake to the floating city, and you get off the pier really without a problem.
I draw my cloak a little tighter around the rest of my clothes, so it's just like the gold cloak showing.
Okay. Yeah. So you get off the docks, and you know, it's pretty busy. People are kind of out. It's buzzing. I mean, people do kind of start to give you all glances as they notice the like bright gold capes. But being House Sistermen, they are more. I believe this is the house that's more closely acquainted with Throal. So it's not a crazy sight to see Throal mercenaries, but they're kind of concerned as to, what's going on?
So we start hearing people
Yeah.
whispering.
Yeah,
around.
kind of
It's like seeing the cops roll up.
Is there trouble in
Yeah.
the city right now? What's going on?
Bombs going off.
So they're just kind of like whispering, not super crazy, but yeah, I guess you all have any specific place you're trying to go to? I guess
Well, we're trying to meet Rock, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we
I
just
figured
go
we go to
to
the
Rock.
end.
yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Nearest one.
Okay,
I'm
so
looking it up on Google Maps.
So I'll say, you know, the city is pretty like symmetrical, I guess. So you just, I guess, walk straight in, and there's like a big town square at the center. So you know,
Square peg.
a lot of the inns are surrounded around this area. With a lot of stuff, just general stuff is in this like town square. So as you all head into the city further, you hear someone yelling from the side of the town square. Like a small group of people around him, and he yells out, These are the ones who took Dew's life!" And he's like kind of yelling and pointing at the group and kind of riling up people around him.
They're pointing at us.
Or it, I guess, make an awareness check, everyone.
Ooh. 12.
12. Okay.
7, it's gonna be 12. 10?
You can't see your talk, can you? Oof.
Wait, you can't see?
He rolled a 1.
Oh, okay.
Ugh. 2 1s. 11.
12.
12. Okay. I guess pretty much everyone except for Triskin and what did Froll?
10.
Oh, okay, that's good. Pretty much everyone notices it as the scraying man that was with Dew and Rock in Doranis. So, yeah. Guess that's where we can end the session.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
Being accused of murder and such.
oh boy.
Yet again.
Again.
Oof.
Maybe we should have called ourselves.
Wait, was he there when she put herself into the sword? He was
Yeah.
there, right?
He was also there when Triskin destroyed her
Oh.
chest.
Yeah.
Maybe he's here to thank us.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
I like the idea that Missive says that. Maybe he's here to thank us.
all right. Well, I guess
Keep him palsy.
that's the end of our session. So let's end the stream. Thank you guys for watching, joining us today. Please join us again next Tuesday, same time. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitch. It'll really help us out a lot. Also, we have a bunch of other social media that if you follow, you can stay updated with what's happening with our streams, like if one's starting late or, you know, whatnot. So please follow us on all social media and support us. Thank you guys for watching us again. You know, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Sleep well. I don't know. I love you. All right. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.